And what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Spoiler Kings. I'm Brian the Grizzly here. Got Tank Kramer, as always. And if I'm here, you know Brandon's here. So what's up, Brandman Brandon?
What's going on, fellas?
Nothing much, man.
Yeah. Getting through Thursday, man. One more day.
Dude, this is my last hurrah for this jersey. Now that Darren Waller's been traded to the Giants. I already ordered my Waller Giants jersey, so I was like,
nice.
My last hurrah.
Very nice.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, my phone has just been nonstop going off with football notifications. What's up, Son of You?
What's up, man?
Son of You. Thanks for joining.
I don't know. I finally got the stands for some of the comics I got. I was like, I finally got to put up, and then I think I'm gonna do like a comic of the week every time I go. Like 4 times a week. I figure I'm like, hey, this is the one I like the most right now.
You guys should do some shorts.
Dude, this Black Sun is off the chain.
Is that number 4 or number 3?
It's number 3.
Oh yeah, number
3 was really good.
It's crazy. Yeah.
I'm probably gonna make a stop at the comic shop tomorrow before all the St. Patty's festivities kick off.
This is right now Monarch number 2. If you get a chance to get Monarch number 2, jump at it.
Yeah. So that's a recommendation.
Okay. Very good story.
All right.
Number 1 was really good.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, I had to get it. I was like, they called me. I was like, I'm there. And then these are the last Ronin, the Lost Years.
Number 2's out.
Yep, these are both number 2. I was like, give me both of them. There's 2A, 2B, 2C. I got all 3.
Nice. Yeah, last one. Of course,
Miles Morales, Spider-Man came out, so I got that.
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, guys need to do some shorts because like Brian, you should definitely do like this is what I got from the comic book shop today, and just like this. You don't even really need to talk, just like boom, just show them, like this one. And then Brandon, I saw like that you had your like right out of the theater, a Shazam thing, your Shazam right out of the theater take.
I am so mad that you saw it already. I have to wait another 18 hours.
Yeah, tomorrow St. Patty's. I can't do it tomorrow. I'm playing with a full dance card tomorrow.
That's true. You're gonna be drunk as crap.
Wow.
Yeah.
City View. Hey guys, I just realized my latest movie review. It's on Champions. It includes a very inspirational message. You should definitely watch it. Dude,
okay.
Yeah. So
I will definitely watch this.
I actually checked it out as I was leaving work. So I didn't get a chance to leave a comment because as soon as I leave work, it's just nonstop.
Yeah, it is.
So and then either I'm on a show or I go to bed. So, but I did watch it. It was really good. I heard good things about Champions, and then at the end, with your message about everything was pretty awesome, man. It was definitely awesome. So yeah, good stuff, man.
I pulled it up already, so that's what I'm going to do. As soon as we're done with this tonight,
it's a pretty short one. It's like less than 5 minutes, I think it was. So it was a good review on it.
446, yeah, 446.
I know Zach Attacks, who's on our show often. He saw the movie. He said it was pretty good too. So so it was definitely a good one. I didn't get a chance to leave a message though, but I did watch it. Yeah.
But he said my reviews are usually short, but that's just me. Hey, that's good, because you want to get content out quickly. People, I'm long-winded, so that's just what it is. Before every show, if you guys knew, just to pull the curtain back, Tank tells me every time, like, all right, now Brian, you only got 8 minutes. Gives me a time limit, and me and Brandon both go over it.
It is what it is, though, man. It's not bad, but either I think the trick is either going pretty short with some of the reviews, like straight right to the point, or going super long ones. Because I think that's like people either want it like really quick, like what you thought, what you rank it, okay, cool, or you watch a longer video like ours where it's like 20-30 minutes, sometimes, and it definitely gets into a lot of depth and other thoughts and stuff like that. So, yeah,
Man, that's very cool though. I went and got my hair twisted today, so
nice.
you see me trying to think about scratching my hair. That's what happens. You try to get back there, like, oh yeah, it's no way. Okay.
Yeah, can't get to it.
Well, Champion's my second longest video behind my first review, which was House Party. I'm sorry that House Party was your first one. I apologize. I apologize for the race. For the
House Party 2023.
Yeah, I apologize for the culture. It's our fault.
which I did see pop up on my HBO Max queue a couple of days ago.
It's crazy.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't the worst thing I've seen. It doesn't come close to the original. It does kind of become its own thing after a while, but it just didn't quite hit. But it wasn't horrible. It wasn't bad.
I thought
it was definitely kind of it was kind of cringy, I think, because they were trying to be like they were still like in the 80s, early 90s kind of time. But with now, like you can't do that, like over like 20 years later, Well,
yeah.
Wow. I mean, I don't recommend watching it, but if you do, it's like, yeah, exactly, man.
Oh, I'd rather watch House Party 3 with IMX or Immature or whatever the hell that is.
Yeah. Oh, so real quick, because I know we're kind of just like chit chatting right now. So that the Blackening trailer we watched, my girlfriend watched it. She goes, "Oh, this is a skit." I was like, "What?" Yeah. From like 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, and we watched this skit beat for beat, man, beat for beat, So, yeah, the skit was pretty funny. So, I'm
excited to see what the movie's going to be like.
Yeah.
Oh, the movie looks so hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I can't wait for the movie.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for it. But
Did you do that?
No.
Oh.
All right, so what are we talking about today, fellas? Let's give everyone the rundown.
Let's see. So obviously we're getting to the Mandalorian. We'll probably do that first. And then we are going to talk about 65. So like Cineview, I think he said his next review is going to be on 65. So it'll be cool to get some of his inputs on the movie in chat. And then also Bel-Air. I don't know which one we'll do first, either 65 or Bel-Air.
I think 65 then Bel-Air.
Yeah.
Even though
let's do it that way.
I know people don't like it, is not liking it as much. This was my favorite episode by far.
It got back on track, which I liked.
Yeah.
Because Zack Attack left a comment on our last video, and he kind of felt like how we felt, that it was kind of like, it was more about like the message, and it was a little off the rails, not off the rails, but just off beat from the rest. So I think it got back on track though.
Exactly.
So yeah. I felt good again, because I'm like, ooh, because at the end where I'm like, oh, like when you have like those reaction at the end, like that's, you're like, okay, and
I did the same exact thing.
Yeah, right, okay.
I felt good. I knew it was coming. That this redemption thing for Carlton, I knew this was coming. I couldn't wait, and I saw it. I was like, I've been waiting for this for a long time. He deserves this.
Yeah. Oh.
The whole time I was like, don't piss off Carlton.
Dude, seriously.
Hands.
Carlton's got hands.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Like, don't let the small frame fool you.
He's a lacrosse player, so lacrosse players get made fun of a lot by the football guys, so they got to at least learn to try to fight.
About that, man. All football players always know we don't fight two people, right? Two. We don't fight any girls, and we don't fight wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
You know why you don't fight wrestlers? Because you never want to get beat with your own foot. You don't want to be looking at your foot as it's beating you. No, you don't need that in your life. So I just stay away from them. Those little short guys. No, I don't need that. I don't need that in my life. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
Like if I fight a wrestler, to the death.
Yeah. Right. I said normally not a fan of stream, but Netflix has a new adult cartoon coming out tomorrow. It's very promising. Agent Elvis is coming out tomorrow, and I look forward to watching it. It looks like they've done stuff like that before. Recently, on Netflix, I forgot what was it called with the presidents, where like all the U.S. presidents are like superheroes.
Oh
I
yeah,
forgot what it was called. It seems kind of like
um,
in that. Even the animation looks kind of similar. So it looks good, but animation doesn't usually. Original animation doesn't last on Netflix, which kind of sucks. But they never made anything that like really was like changing. Yeah.
What is that thing called?
Yeah.
See, is it America? See America? America. I think is it America?
It was like it was like America Police or America something. I don't know. And then Brandon said, "What's the blackening?"
Oh my gosh.
Where have you been?
Go. It's one of our last videos I uploaded this week, I think.
Yeah, it definitely was this week. It's
yeah.
really good.
Or just go watch the trailer or watch us talk about it. It's pretty good. It's definitely like a spoof horror film with like all black characters. So
here's the question. Just so you know, Brandon, the first question is: if we're all black, who dies first?
Yeah.
That's the question.
Yeah. Like the slogan is like we all can't die first or something like that.
We all can't die first. Exactly.
Oh, yeah. So
that's awesome.
It looks good. The skit was good. I never seen the skit until the other day, and the skit was like beat for beat, like some of the same exact jokes, the same everything. So and it was good. It was like a 4-ish minute skit,
and that's why you're able to do a review. I mean, do a trailer with those things out there because people already know what's going on, what's happening. So I mean, I think that's a good thing.
Yeah. So that was fun.
And before we start talking about stuff, I'm just gonna let you guys know I have been watching Picard on Paramount Plus. First of all, I'm a Trekkie. I know I don't see a show on my Funko Pops. I definitely have a Picard. I have a Spock. I have I have a Worf. I have Khan. I'm a super Star Trek fan, and it's finally. I think Picard season 2 wasn't that good. This Picard season 3 is off the chain, and I've enjoyed every part of it. And I'm probably gonna do a review of the first 4 episodes. Maybe I might do it this weekend if I have a little time. I might be doing it. So just throwing that out there.
I'd go for it, man.
I'm really enjoying it. I didn't expect I was going to enjoy it this much, but I really am. So if you guys get a chance, you bored a little bit, throw up a card. It's okay. It's actually pretty good.
I heard a lot of people that this season was really, really good.
I was surprised though, because
I heard a lot of people said they liked last season though too. Like terrible.
It just didn't hit the same way. But this season 3, great. Brandon Dave said, "Hey, I got a brand new baby. Forgive me. I watched the first episode of The Last of Us. You did it. You did it, man."
Oh yeah. I saw it on Facebook right before we went live.
Good job, man. It's a Trekkie. Yeah, yes, so am I. I do Star Trek over Star Wars any day. Okay, I lean Trek. I do. I always lean. Like I'm so much of a Star Trek fan. Like when I'm driving in the car, and I want to listen to something. I'll put on the Next Generation just to listen to it. I know the episode so well. I don't need to look at anything. I just have to listen to something. I'll throw it on. I can watch BBC America any day. Derpy, what's up, Derpy? How you doing,
Derpy?
Give me a minute.
I'm behind on Picard season 3, but I will use this weekend to catch up. Thank you. Do it. Please do it. I'm going to do a review on it. It's really good. I'm really surprised. They brought a lot of characters that you really want to know, like Ro Laren. Everyone that you really want to see is in this season, and it's so very good. It's very. I'm not sure exactly what's going on still. But in a good way. In a good way. So like
they're keeping you guessing?
Yes. So like usually when it's a syndicate, it's a show that where they're going to go next, what's happening. And each episode of Star Trek was within itself like its own entity. But this is going on, and I'm not exactly sure what it is. It's very clues to the final reveal. I have no idea what's going to happen. I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm enjoying the experience a lot. They're not messing up anything they did in the past, but they're giving us something in the future. So I'm very excited to continue to see it every week. I'm excited to see what's going on next. So
Yeah, I got to catch up on Picard.
I'm all for it. Yeah, this is.
I feel like I'm too far. Like 3 seasons. I'm like, is it worth going through season 1 and 2 to get caught up?
You need.
I keep forgetting.
Season 1, you need.
Yeah, I keep forgetting it's on its 3rd.
But once you have season 1, season 2, you can watch season 2, but it holds itself, like it's within its own entity thing. Season 3, you can start without seeing season 2 and enjoy that just for what it is.
Yeah.
What's up, Tony? Appreciate you coming in, man. We're just setting up a few things right now, but we're going to get into our review. I want to get to it like right away. So
yeah, I was trying to make a thing for it, and I completely forgot. I wanted to make backgrounds.
Yeah,
so I'll make one real quick.
I got you.
I can do it real quick.
Derby says, "This is why March is the best. Is the best for anything that can happen. Surprising movies, the NCAA basketball tournament, Shamrock Shakes, NFL, free agency, my favorite pre-regular season baseball because the Mets are cursed." Hey, I feel you. So I'm actually opening a restaurant right across the street from Wrigley Field. So it's this baseball season is going to be nuts for me. I cannot wait.
I was just reading up on that. Before I jumped on about the Culver's that's opening over there.
Yeah, it's all me. And now we're gonna have a walk-up window because we're not gonna have a drive-through. So I just got that.
You kind of
yesterday
in Wrigleyville, especially nights and weekends, a walk-up window is probably the best thing for it.
Yeah, man. That's why I'm like, you're gonna crush it with having a walk-up window in Wrigleyville.
I'm hoping. I'm hoping.
Yeah, I'll probably. Yeah, I'll end up. I'm probably gonna end up popping my head in over there as much time
especially when we open it. Just come on in, and we're gonna enjoy ourselves. As Brandon says, "Oh hell yeah, I'm going to see the Black on June 16th. I'm there." It's hilarious on June 16th because like it's so close to Juneteenth. It's like you might as well go see it and enjoy. Just enjoy it for what it is, man. What's up, Clevis?
What's up, Clevis?
That's up, man. What's going on?
We got here.
What did you?
Wait. What?
Wait, did you do that, Tank? Yeah.
Do what?
I don't know. Wait. Oh, did you get Brandon? Oh, did you? Did you get Brandon? I don't know.
Brandon, what?
I don't know. I think you might be frozen. I don't know what happened.
Oh, frozen. No, I'm trying to make a background real quick.
The Mets are going to have a great season this year. They spent money like crazy. The Mets are literally spending money like it's water. Like they don't care. They just throwing money at everything. They're like, we spent $300 million. Let's do that 3 more times. All right, I guess. So I don't think I did. All right. So Cleveland, I don't know, bro. Did you not see what happened with Diaz? I still think they have so much talent. I think the Mets are still going to be very good. And then say, I'm happy to see comedy horror again. I am too. I think that's the best thing to do. It's a very good genre to mix. You want to enjoy some of the horror. I mean, that's the whole point of horror and campy movies and enjoying those things. You can't. If you have campy movies, it's just gives you more enjoyment. It really does.
And I like the kind of subversive, self-aware take when it comes to horror. I feel like I've been really spoiled when it comes to stuff like Scream and like a lot of the kind of more kind of self-aware. I really like that approach to horror. So the Blackening looks like it'll definitely fit into what I like and what I prefer in that regard.
I know I'm going to enjoy it. I really know.
Yeah.
I like when they do like you said, spoofs, but like tropes are always like funny. Like what's the fake Scream one? Scary Movie. Scary Movie did it really, really well. Just because it literally it made fun of everybody. Yeah, it was great. All right.
One day we could talk about who's our favorite Wayans. Mine is Keenan Ivory Wayans always. Even though Damon is a very close second. and his son
Me,
is
it's
probably the funniest.
it's a tie between Damon and Marlon for me. I've always been fond of Marlon. I know a lot of
let's
people
look.
aren't like huge
There we
fans,
go.
but
How's that look?
I've always been a fan. Oh, very nice.
Super quick. I don't like the background, but we can live with it for a week.
Oh, I think it was bright. It works. I like it.
I like it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
A little Grogu and Mando. All right. And then for Bel-Air, we still got. I think that's okay for now.
That's fine.
Ugh.
So I want to touch on something. So we got our Superman Legacy director, huh?
Yeah.
I kind of knew that was. I kind of knew that was going to end up happening. I would have been fine
And
with
guess
it.
who it is?
Yeah,
Me.
I think we all saw that coming. I would have been fine with it going either way, but I'm good with it.
I think that's the best move he could have made. I feel like, especially because this movie, that first movie is going to set DCU, up for whatever's. If it's good, it's going to be, everything's going to be great. If it's bad, everything's going to be awful. So it's important that he takes the rein, takes the deer by the horns or whatever, and reins it in and brings in a great movie. Because if it's not, we're all doomed.
Yeah, and reading up on his approach and what he said the movie's going to be about, which is kindness, in kind of a cynical time. I think he at least kind of understands things on a fundamental level.
Yeah,
I would say it just sounds.
I think he's a comic book fan. I mean,
yeah.
But
say what?
It sounded like Blank Man.
Like Blank Man, kind of.
Kindness. That way, like it's in a cynical world.
Yeah.
Well, that's always been Superman's thing. So I'm good. I'm good with it. I think I'm definitely interested to see how it pans out. I'm really interested in who he casts. The execution, who the villain is going to be. He's been kind of talking like there may be more than one, which would be awesome. Like I've said in the past, I'm clinging onto the hope that it's the Elite. That would be my choice. I think that the Elite is up Gunn's alley. Yeah,
that'd be a lot of right at first, but I do appreciate that. Like he understands that he's the guy. Well, he's the guy, so he has to make sure he has control of it. You know what I mean? He goes, if it starts off good, that means like we have faith in Gunn. If it starts off bad, then he has no one else to blame but himself. You know what I mean? So it's like he's able to kind of do that. And then I think once he has faith in the viewers and the fans, then he can start being more of a Kevin Feige than a director. But he's like, listen, it's gotta
Kevin Feige can be Kevin Feige if it wasn't for Iron Man. If Iron Man didn't take off the way it needed to take off, he couldn't be that. Like you had to put, you had to be directing it too much, and you could be hands off once you've given it direction. And since he's a great director already, let him do it. Let him write it and direct it, whatever.
Yeah, like Feige is not a writer or a director, but he's definitely an idea guy, I guess. A big picture guy, like a plan guy. You know what I mean? Where Jon Favreau, being able to write and direct. I think he wrote and directed Iron Man 1. I think he wrote it too.
Or at least he co-wrote it. Or
co-wrote
had some kind of hand in the writing process.
Yeah.
Did I miss something? I was watching the trailer. Did you say you have a restaurant? So I run right now. We have 7. I'm going to have 10 Culver restaurants.
10.
Yeah. So because Wrigley, the West Side, and then we open another one in Florida. So that I think by August I have 10.
Okay. When you open that one in Florida?
May 15th.
Wow. Okay. So I'm gonna miss it by a little bit.
Yeah,
but it's like Orlando, right? Or like Orlando area?
Oh, it's that one's going to be in Cooper City. It's 10 miles away from 10 miles north of Miami.
Right next to okay. Then. Yeah, I won't be that close then. Well, they just opened the Portillo's in like in right around Orlando by Disney. Was that not Sarasota? Kissimmee, I think.
Kissimmee. Yeah, so it's right there. And apparently the line is wrapped around.
Yeah, it's insane. The last time I went, I'm like, oh look, Portillo's. Crazy line. I'm like, holy shit.
Is it Disney World?
Yeah, I know, right? People just randomly get in line because they think it's something good.
It must be a ride. It gotta be. He says, Yeah, I hope this movie does good in theaters. I hope so too. We all need to go see it. That's what happens. We have to support it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Deborah says, "Yeah, I want to be in for Mando Tank because I actually had positive reaction this week." A positive reaction? I don't believe you, Derpy. I don't believe you.
We'll get you back on soon, man. We'll get you back on soon.
Let's see. That's crazy. I thought I was the only one who liked Marlon Wayans. Hey, I actually watched his entire special. His special was better than Chris Rock's, and it was about Chris Rock.
Yeah.
You know, I've been rewatching the Chris Rock one, and my stance on it is starting to change. What's that?
Well, I want to hear what you guys say.
No, it's like now that I'm kind of giving it a secondary watch, and this is just kind of habitual with me for secondary watches. It's been growing on me, and the kind of him taking that long in hindsight was probably the best thing that he could have done. I liked the clap back at the end. It was probably the best thing. I think it was well constructed. Rather than and like even some of the points that he made, rather than kind of victimizing himself by going on Oprah or whatever talk show and talking it out and giving like a sob story. It resonated with me a little bit more on secondary watch, and kind of him kind of taking out that or not laying aside, but taking that much time to kind of construct his response to it. Best thing he could have done.
My thing was, I thought the rest of the jokes weren't funny. I thought the last 10 minutes were fine. 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
He messed up the joke because he was emotional and all that. That's fine. I just thought the middle of it wasn't funny. Like, it was old jokes that he's done before. That's why I was disappointed. I'm disappointed that Chris Rock, who should be a genius in writing jokes, should have done better.
I could picture that, like a lot of the jokes leading up until the last couple minutes didn't really do a whole lot for me.
It was stuff that I've heard him say before. Like, it was like from two other HBO specials. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. and like everyone who was tuning in, we all knew what we were really waiting on.
Yeah.
But,
oh yeah.
But I did think that he stuck the landing with the end of it. I was good with that.
I was good with it the whole time, but it was just that middle was awful to me. It said, "You can't stop a woman from shopping." That's what I said. It was so many of the same type of jokes that I've heard him saying. And I thought it could have been better.
So these guys that I follow, they're part of like the community on Twitter. They were like part of, like Chillmonger and Planet Fanatics and stuff like that. So back of the bus guys, they have about 24-minute take on it. I really like their take. Does that show a little preview of it? It does bring it down, and they were like really against it. It's like the title was like Chris Rock is a loser. Like big words. And they talk about mostly the end of it. The whole Will Smith kind of stuff. I think they touch a little bit on the jokey part of it, but it's mostly about, because that's like the jokes were like kind of below average Chris Rock for me, but the end is what everyone really talking about. That's kind of what everyone wanted to see. But yeah, I mean, if you want to check them out, I thought that was a good video.
He did a comedy movie or video live, so everyone does pieces of other shows, and then they piece it together to make a great movie. He did it live, so him messing up the joke didn't bother me. And doing and being angry didn't bother me, because it was one time he had to get off his chest, and he was emotional about it because he got slapped on national TV. None of that bothered me. What really bothered me was just that you have to hit it hard. His ticket sales before the slap were plummeting, right?
Yeah.
So this is your chance to come back. And if you're gonna do that, then you need to come back hard. You need to be hitting us with great jokes all the time. And you were supposed to be a comic genius. You're supposed to be one of the best.
Yeah.
So if you're not that, then I feel like then you're wasting our time. And
sorry, I'm not sure what that was all about.
It's all good.
That's Feige. Feige said, "Oh, you talking about James Gunn too much?"
Yeah, Chris Rock was what? Yeah.
I think he had. Oh, yeah, I'll get back to that. We'll come back to that. Well, I want to hear what you guys think about this whole Chris Rock. Anything else? Like,
No,
I mean,
really
yeah, I kind of. But I started watching it again, and it was just like I got bored of it, and I put on the new Bert Kreischer one, which it was okay. You know, I think it was. I was kind of disappointed in that one too. Granted, he didn't talk about anybody, slapping him, but it was okay. It was okay. It wasn't. I don't think it was his best one, but it was his first one out of pandemic and stuff like that. So. It is what it is. But
all I'm gonna say is the Marlon one I watched.
The Marlon one is great. It was so good.
It's because he's talking about someone else, and he was very honest that he quit comedy for 20 years because of Chris Rock. Chris Rock bullied him, and he went hard on Chris Rock. He really did.
Yeah. That was a good one. That one's getting really good views on HBO.
People sleep on Marlon's talent.
Yeah.
Well, he was never a stand-up comedian, so that's what was so funny. And he was just a funny
he was an actor.
It's like watching. I know we're talking about saying Will Smith. It's like watching Will Smith do stand-up comedy. He's funny, but he's not stand-up comedy funny. Marlon is getting to a point where he might be stand-up comedy funny. So I was
do
that.
Yeah, Marlon and Will do kind of have something in common in the sense that they're both personalities rather than comedians. First and foremost, they're actors.
Hey, Marlon I think would have been even a bigger actor if it wasn't for Will Smith. Like, and he said it, and I agree with him. I was like, yeah, if Will Smith wasn't as good as he was, Marlon probably would have been a great actor. Like all his movies, he did a really good job.
Yeah, he did a really good job at the Daily Show. So the Daily Show every week they've been putting on different people. It's been a lot of kind of misses for me. D.L. Hughley was okay, but it's just weird because D.L. he just doesn't fit that formula. Marlon was on it and he crushed it. He was funny. He felt like he was interesting enough, like on all the political topics and the goofy topics. He was the best one so far. I thought
that's the problem with D.L. Hughley. D.L. Hughley is more. He's very political. He understands his points, and he's gonna get into politics way too much. Daily Show has to be politics, but funny in the way you deliver it. And DL gets very serious very quickly.
I caught up in it a little bit.
Yeah, it's hard to be. All right,
that was pretty good.
Let's read some of these and let's get started on our review. So let me go through these real quick. So I think he would have the best Superman we've seen in a while. I agree with that. I think
I hope so.
And if it's not, we don't have a problem for DCU.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything terribly overwhelming when it comes to Superman in the context of cinema. I think the Superman 78 with Christopher Reeve is probably the gold standard.
It is.
Yeah. So much so that Bryan Singer couldn't even be bothered to do anything but imitate the original.
I think that's because it's so good, horrible. And it's hard having a different take on Superman because Superman is, by definition, that guy. He's Superman. Like you can't start finding a different way to look at him. So that's what James Gunn's assignment. Can we give us a different way to look at Superman that's interesting and something that could continue to go? That's going to be a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
I think you do.
I think he understands the character at least on a fundamental level.
He better understand the assignment, or we're going to have a problem. Tony says, "I'm interested in. I want to see James Gunn challenge himself." I agree.
Yeah,
that's what Brandon's about to say.
This will definitely be one, but I think he can keep true to Superman and tell a good story. Where Zack Snyder was like, "Oh, I can only tell a good story, and I don't know how to keep true to Superman."
Zack Snyder only saw Superman as an action figure that he could use to smash things with.
Like, you're not the Hulk.
And that smoke, guys. That last comment is by Brandman Brandon. It's not Spoiler Kings. It's Brandman Brandon all the way. go right to him, DM him directly.
You're,
I don't want none of that smoke.
you're damn right. It is me. It is Brand Man, Spoiler King.
He says, "What's the name of your restaurant, bro?" I'm in Jersey. Oh, Culver's. So I have a Culver's. Well, I have, as I said, 8. I'm gonna have 10 Culver's. It's a Wisconsin based restaurant. It's a burger place, but it's more higher standards. We make our food fresh. Everything's fresh to make. It's more like a diner type of way to make food, but we do it a lot quicker. We have a much better plan. It's all about hospitality. It's cool. It's a cool thing.
Friggin' cheese curds are like completely off the chain.
It is. It's a problem.
On
working at Culver's, I was 220 pounds. 270.
Yeah. On the days that I do decide to just like throw my eating habits to the wind, usually Culver's is, and if I can't decide on anything else, Culver's is usually a go-to.
Yeah. And they got frozen custard. I love frozen custard.
The frozen custard,
because it's frozen custard is warmer than ice cream. It is supposed to
like melt quicker.
Exactly. So it's in your mouth and it like literally gives you a flavor, it kick you in the teeth.
Yeah.
I like custard anyway, thanks to courtesy of Doctor Who. Just because the Matt Smith doctor was always all about fish sticks and custard.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Derpy, we got you soon, man. Don't worry about it.
For sure.
And Tony says, a baby farting and it's funnier than Chris Rock.
That's kind of true. I do laugh a lot when my son farts. It's true.
It was a sensitive victim police response to anyone on social media who are sensitive to someone being slapped in the face, and its audience who watched this comedy victim documentary. It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
Nah.
He has every right to be mad. He has every right, but it's just like
I have no problem with any of that stuff. It's just, so what? That's why I was just like, so what?
Although I think he was going after the wrong person. He was going after Jada. It was like,
no, I think Jada's the problem. No,
but Jada didn't slap.
Of course,
him. It doesn't matter. It's not about them slap, because he didn't slap her because he wanted to be slapped. It was because of what happened before, and she talked to him about it before because of what he did in 2019. So it is Jada, and as you know, when your your girl tells you to do something, you got to stand up, or you're not a man. And like that's the whole thing with Will. But Jada, and she threw him under the bus, and then she did a lot of different stuff. So I'm kind of on the Jada part. I don't want table talk. So I'm not going to talk about anything else.
You bald-headed demon.
That is once again not a Spoiler King thing. That is all Brandon.
That's an M'Baku view.
Well, while y'all reviewing, I'm going to start the second episode, Last of Us.
You're damn right, it's me.
Nice.
The noise in the background, they said the paragraph is about, and then Tony exactly. All right, got through them.
All right,
let's get to this review.
Let's go.
So, all right, we'll do the honors. Let's do the man.
Yeah.
There we go.
Get it. Where we at? All right. Welcome to Spoiler Kings. My name is St. Kramer, Brian the Grizzly, Brandman Brandon, and we are talking about episode 3 of season 3 of The Mandalorian. I think it was called what was it called? Convert, right? The Convert.
The Convert.
Yeah. Yeah, man, this picks up right where episode 2 left off. Out of the was it the purifying themselves in the Lake Minnetonka?
Yeah,
what is it?
Minnetonka. Yeah.
But Mando version of it. Yeah, man. So right off the bat, what do you guys think about this episode? This was a long one. It was almost an hour long.
Yeah. So I like the narrative structure this time, and I like that like the main plot that we picked up on, and the Mandalorian's mission wasn't the main focus. It was more or less the bookends of this episode. I kind of like when shows, especially shows that I really like this, kind of like take a detour, so to speak. And this was all about what's his face? Was it Dr. Pershing? Was that his name?
Yeah, the doctor.
Yeah, I like that. I like that that was the main focus. It gave like a little insight more into cloning, that sort of thing. So I kind of like when they go into backstory like that, and like I said, the whole word that kept popping up in my mind this entire episode is it was essentially a detour.
Mm.
So I thought that was pretty cool. I liked the character of Pershing.
Yeah.
I liked that
Yeah.
Kane was a big part, and didn't kind of see that coming at the end, with like the setup happening. So it kind of it definitely left me with some questions, which I kind of like with when it comes to series rather than just kind of answering everything or just kind of leaving things a one off in that regard. So it was something that I was pretty happy with and kept me just as engaged as every episode does.
All right.
Yeah.
Kane was a bitch.
Yeah.
Deceitful bitch.
I just gotta say this. So watching this, it was like 2 episodes, 2 different shows. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So you get the first part with Bo-Katan and Mando and Grogu, whatever. And then you have the show in the middle, and then you have the stuff in the end. I know you guys probably are not gonna agree with me. The stuff in the middle I didn't like.
Really?
I didn't care about the story in the middle, and I thought it's getting too far away from what makes Mandalorian good. And
I get that.
It literally reminded me of
a lot
this
of people are
episode
saying
of
that.
Andor. It reminded me a lot of Andor. I was watching it. I was like, what the fuck? Like, come on, this is not what makes Mandalorian great. And you take the focus off the main characters, and because the Mandalorian was very much like a Western, and he's walking off into the sunset,
Totally.
doing this stuff, and that whole middle part was nothing like it. It was like they're trying to fit Andor into what was good, and they're trying to get us to enjoy what Andor is by throwing it in the Mandalorian, and that kind of turned me off. And if they didn't stop that story and give us something at that back end, I probably would have been like, I hate this episode. But I love the bookends. I really did, because I said Bo-Katan, they're going to accept her, and she's not a convert, but she kind of is. And I said it. I was like, she kind of will be. They're going to make her, because now if she is, she'll have someone that follows her. So she's going to feel a part of something. She's been alone so long. They torched her castle, and now she's going to feel a part of something. And next thing you know, we might have a lot of Mandalorians following her. And she's the one person that knows, Mandalorians and Jedi. She's dealt with the Jedi before. She's the one that can bring a lot of that stuff together. This is going to be very interesting and see where it goes. And those bookends were my favorite part of this entire season 3. That middle was my least favorite part of all of Mandalorian.
I did like how it basically like resolved. Oh, I'm sorry, Tank. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I like how it really did get out of the way, the Mando's mission. So we're not. It's nice to know that that's not going to be like the main ultimate goal of the rest of the season, presumably. So I do like that they got that out of the way 3 episodes in. But I appreciate what they were trying to do with the main narrative of this episode. But I was prepared for conflicting views on it. I was definitely ready for that. But go ahead.
I mean, a lot of people. It's all good. A lot of people have the same view. Like that middle section, the doctor section, was like way too long. I personally, I liked it because I think I know where they're going with it.
I know it's setting up something in the future. It really is.
It's setting up where Andor is like how it's gonna be 20 episodes altogether, I think, or something like that. 10 and 10, something along that line. It's 19 episodes setting up the last episode. That's what Andor is. This is like, oh no, they're setting it up, and then if you didn't like at the end when spoilers, when the doctor gets caught and then his, the chick, I forgot her name, kind of just like grabbed the case and walked away. I was like, what the fuck? Because I knew she was working for somebody. I didn't know who. The whole time I'm like, I don't trust her. I don't trust her. And then you get justified like not trusting her. But now the whole question is like, who is she? And why is she there? And what's going on? And I think Mando has his story going on with everything going on with him, obviously. And we kind of forgot Grogu's here. And we forgot Grogu, was being hunted for whatever reason by the clone doctor, and we got all these clones. I think this is going to be the start of finding out Grogu's story. That's why I think this is important, because it's not directly connected to them yet, but I think it's the beginning of setting up something very, very big, very, very important for Grogu. Not for Din and Mandos, but for Grogu. And I think it's going to be another like Luke Skywalker big thing by the end of season 4.
I think it's going to be a Ahsoka time. It's an Ahsoka thing. But when you take that much time in the middle of an episode, I mean, it was too much for nothing to really happen. And we get the gist of it within 15 minutes. Why the hell do I have 35 minutes of it and still going on? We understand what's happening.
I don't think so. You gotta set it up. You gotta set up like, oh, this guy is naive, and you gotta set up like he the whole trusting is, like he didn't trust her. Then she gave him cookies and literally cookies and a bunch of other stuff and told him the things he wanted to hear, and him being a good, like legit good person and wanting to help people. And it doesn't matter who's in charge. He just wanted to help people. That he got caught up in the mix of who's good and who's bad and agendas. You know what I mean? Because he's so naive.
He's just like the guy who makes the atom bomb, just like the one who makes
kind of
not realizing that it's going to be used for evil. But
for very bad stuff.
Yeah, but I didn't think I needed that much. I didn't need that much because once again, I feel like Mandalorian has lost a lot of its viewers. This is the wrong time. It has lost a lot of viewers.
Is it? I didn't.
Yeah, and I think that this is part of the reasons.
I mean, I'd rather get 35 minutes of it now than 10 minutes. If we can get it all out of the way now, and then sprinkle in the rest of it later, rather than dealing with like too much. Like, because I think like we got a chunk of it now, and then I think that's it. We're not gonna get a big chunk again. And if we, I don't know if we do, but that's what I think.
I think if it could have been done in 15 to 18 minutes, and still giving us a pretty good full episode, because this is one of the longest episodes of The Mandalorian that we've ever had. And I think if it was equal to like if it was all third. And we still had pretty much a full episode of Mandalorian, I would have been okay with it. I feel like it took away from the story that we were already in the middle of, that we've taken 3 episodes to get to. And we've been waiting for Bo-Katan for all this time. And then, so we're in the middle of waiting for this, and then they cut away for 35 minutes. And I was like, what the hell? We've been waiting. You've been building up to this point. Don't put this big thing in the middle of it. And I felt like that was the mistake.
I don't think so, because they already built up to that point, and now they just have to put the cherry on top of it. So why not before because I think they knew this was going to put off a lot of people. But in order to tell a story later on, you have to do this now. And if you don't do this now,
because there's 10 minutes of it that could have been just thrown to the side.
I don't think so.
A train, and then another train, and then another train, and they're like, wait a minute, and then another car, and then another car, and it was like, all right, I got the point, and then jumping off, and like I understood what was going on, and understood with the cookies, and I understood I didn't need all the same stuff over and over, the monotony of the episode, because I already understood what was going on, and when you're doing that in the middle of something that was happening that you've been waiting for a long time, I feel like it turned me off. So I feel like
even the train was a metaphor for first he was like all scared. Then the second train they went into, he tried being like her. And then by the time he went into the third train, he was just going in head first, where when they opened up the last door, he just walked out. He's like, wait a minute. It's like, which was a metaphor. He's like, oh, she's leading you up this confidence. And then you're going to like, literally, that's it. You're done, like, so I don't know. I mean, I've
been waiting for Bo-Katan all this time. we finally were getting to that reveal, and then you had to wait 35 more minutes. It's like, that's just, no one cares about the character that much. So like, either start the episode.
I agree with that.
See, no one cares.
I agree with that.
These are people that I don't care about right now. So I've been waiting 2 seasons for this, and you're gonna wait 35 minutes inside the episode. I was like, what the hell, dude? Come on.
Yeah.
Of course, I watched it because I'm okay. I understand the process of making stuff, but I know people are going to be pissed off. You know, just watching like, oh yeah, this is not going to work out.
Yeah, I kind of knew people were going to get pissed because they were like, "Where's the shiny sticks?" You know, like where's people, you know, all the force and stuff. But I don't know. I thought it was good. I think it's gonna be super important. I think it's gonna be super important because we got the cloning thing, and then once he started talking on splicing and adding shit, I was like, this is how Snoke was made, you know. And I think Grogu's gonna be a big part of that. You know, like I wouldn't be surprised if they somehow slip in Luke's hand, you know, into one of these shows.
No, honestly, I believe that they're trying to fix too much with the best thing they have in Star Wars. They're trying to fix all the other crap that they messed up with in the middle of this. And I think that's a mistake, because you don't want people to not like this. You're going to lose your audience like they already are. Like the numbers are going down for Mandalorian. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't use your best thing to always sit up and try to fix all the crap you fucked up already. Yeah. I don't think that's a good idea. I think what you need to do is add to it, and then once you've kind of gotten, I think Ahsoka's gonna be off the chain.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah,
me too.
But also, I'm looking at this article. I think Mandalorian got a big drop off because it was followed by Book of Boba Fett, which sucked, pissed a lot of people off, and then Kenobi, which pissed off even more people. So and everyone that was happy.
Andor.
And then Andor came out and then pissed off even more people. So you lost faith.
But then why would you do an episode like Andor in the middle of Mandalorian when you're trying to build back up?
I don't think it's Andor. You know, I see a few other people like, you know, like Xavier saying it's Andor. I don't think it's Andor because you see the payoff coming out. Andor was like payoff, like it never showed.
Andor was consistently frustrating. Andor just, you know, at least with Mandalorian, for the most part, it pushes forward narrative wise, and it's been enough to keep me engaged. I can't. Obviously I can't speak for everyone, but like I had said when we were, you know, and I was like, and I say this as a former defender of like at least the earlier episodes of Andor, with it being like a slow burn buildup, but for every time it did that, it would take several steps backwards. Or more than that, it would take 10 steps backwards.
Both of you thought the same thing with Andor for a long time, and I told you,
I did too.
For a long time, you both said the same thing. And my point is that you lose people before you get there, and this is your opportunity to gain back, especially for Ahsoka. You need to gain all the people go one way, and got to do that now. And you don't want to lose people off before you give them the greatness that Ahsoka is probably going to give you. And that's my worry, that they continue to do that. They're trying to use what's popular to fix the stuff that they already messed up. But the problem is you messed up because you're trying to do that. You keep on trying to fix yourself instead of just give the people what it's supposed to be. Give the show what's supposed to be.
But that's what Filoni's good at, man. Like he made the prequels a little bit more bearable because he made a great companion show to go with it. You know, the Clone War animated show made
the first season, people hate it. Like,
they hated the first 2 seasons. By the end of season 3. Yeah. Even Ahsoka, look at like everyone's like,
oh yeah, she was the most annoying thing in the world. Do you have enough time? You sure?
She was super annoying.
Yeah, she was. But
she started at a pain.
Time right now with these amount of episodes you have to do that right now. I don't know. I don't think it's the best idea. But you know, obviously,
I mean, you can't just keep saying like, because that was the issue they had the last 2 seasons, was just like mission of the week, you know, like a better story. You know, sorry if I'm getting a little glitchy. My internet's like, I got a lot of shit to go some shit up.
Because you have 35 windows up. I literally see 35 windows.
I do. Let me close my my eldest. I think it's gonna be all right because also he already wrote season 4, and season 4 is gonna they're gonna start filming that soon. So between like he has a plan, which is like I said, always a good thing. So like we know where things are going, and at least he knows where things are going, and I think he's gonna tell a good story. And it's also Filoni and Favreau, mostly Favreau. So yeah, I think I don't mind it because do a big chunk now while it's still early in the season, and then you still there's still what seven more episodes. I think where you can just sprinkle that little side story in until season 4.
Give an inch, they take a mile. Just warning. I'm warning. I'm just saying. Give an inch, take a mile, and the next thing you know, you're gonna be episode 6. Like, man, I can't believe they did it again. I was like, I told you. And then we
this time you're dealing.
Like,
you're dealing with people who actually like Star Wars. The guys who did Andor are not Star Wars fans. You know what I mean? So it's like, so that's always an issue, So the same thing when like MCU is like, well, we don't want to get writers and directors who don't know the story. It was like, why not? That's stupid. Filoni and Favreau been around Star Wars when Lucas still owned it. So they're fans and they respect it, I think, enough.
I think they're trying to save something that they should just cut bait with. They're trying to save something that they didn't even do. They're trying to fix someone else's mistake, and that might be a bad thing for Star Wars as a whole. Instead of just letting it go and do what they do, because they know where they're going. They know where they're going. But by trying to fix everything, you turn off more people.
Not necessarily. I mean,
I'm saying what they're doing.
Clone Wars was good, and Clone Wars fixed enough where Revenge of the Sith was a decent enough movie. You know what I mean? But my thing is like, what if they're looking so far down the path? They're like, you know what? KK's gone in a couple months after Indiana Jones comes out. She's got 2 months max and she's gone. They're going to be in charge. They're like, you know what? We need to un-F the stuff they did. So we need to explain things a little bit more. So when we take charge, we can continue the story in a better way. You know what I mean? So, I don't
think you should do it with Mandalorian.
What else are you going to do it with? Ahsoka? You can't do it with Ahsoka.
But you can't do it. Your most popular show, you don't want to make it less popular. No, but you know what?
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
It's just
but what if they're making?
I worry about it. It's just I know they're not going to lose me. They didn't lose me. I made it all the way through Andor. They're not losing me. I'm going to watch it anyway. But
yeah.
The common fan, that's a big risk.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of curious where Derpy said he actually has some positive things about this one, because
that's why I really
he said like how Disney-fied he said the other episodes were, and I didn't think so. Where this one literally had a 35-minute monologue, with a crazy end and setup to something else. But yeah, I was kind of curious to see what he said about that. But I can see them setting up Grogu to be the future of Star Wars once they become in charge. Like, hey, episode 10, 11, 12, Grogu Skywalker. I don't know, something stupid.
I think it's gonna be.
I'll
follow Ahsoka still, and
no, because you have to explain why she isn't in the sequels.
Doesn't matter. They just not talk about it again.
Her voice was in Revenge, the last episode when Ray heard all the voices. One of the voices he heard was Ahsoka. So you assume she's dead.
Talk about it and just say, okay, well, let's not talk about it. I'm not saying it's a follower, but I follow her into the dark zone. Like they can explain that, and that's gonna be the future of Star Wars, because you can use that to go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I'm saying, because. Yeah. Everything that we're watching in Mandalorian, a lot of this stuff has already happened. This happened. This is 40 years in the past. So like we're talking about future. Like I'm thinking more like it's going to be something totally different. So why try to fix something that's already on the other end? So I don't know. I'm
right. Who's the only character in Star Wars right now that can live another 900 years?
Unless you can Grogu. Unless you could go into future. and you can go through all of time and jump into all type of.
He said it's not time travel, though. He said it's not time travel.
It's a gateway.
But it's not time travel. That's what he said.
How about
which makes no sense.
You could go to a gateway and get through each gateway. Like it, I'm just saying that can take you into any number of futures.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the time machine, but it can take you to wherever you need it to do, and you have that being built up. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see some of these comments.
Some of these comments.
Let's see. The B1 battle droids are my favorite Star Wars characters, and I feel bad for all the torture they have to go through. I'd love to see a movie where the B1 becomes a hero. I wrote a screenplay. Hey.
Oh, really?
I see you.
Nice.
Right.
Very nice.
I like
Very
that.
nice.
And then Xavier. The first part was Mandalorian. The second part was Andor. I feel like the middle. I think Andor was the cream filling.
The middle.
It was the Oreo that with the secret, like the question mark, like I don't know what flavor it is, but that was a terrible decision. I feel like that's what we got. We got the terrible decision middle. Xavier said, I agree with Brian with the Andor comparison. They tried to backdoor the concept of Andor and prep the audience, Star Wars audience, for Andor season 2.
That's
they
funny.
said, Brian just expressed my greatest fear. That's my biggest fear. I just feel like that, it is what it is. I just don't want to lose the feel of Mandalorian. World building through awesome characters, not boring exposition and predictable story beats.
Yeah, it was predictable. I knew she was bad, but my question is like,
she had that vibe. Yeah.
Yeah. Too nice. It
was too much. Kid, guy with a van say, "Hey, kid, you want candy?" There was too much of that the entire thing. That's all I saw.
That's exactly what it was.
And she was saying like, "Candy," like it's just the whole time. Biscuits.
Yeah.
Really? Is this what we watching, guys?
Yeah. But I just wonder, like, because like she deals with clones, so I was like, is she a clone? Who is she a clone of? Is she working with Moff Gideon? Is she working with because like I thought it was really interesting too, because remember that might be the last time this might be the last time we see Coruscant, because in episode 7 Kylo Ren decides he wants to be Vader Jr. and fucking blows up everything, and one of the plans is Coruscant. So this might be the last little bit of Coruscant we get to see before it goes bye-bye. So I'm just saying.
Here's my worry.
So interesting though.
As I said, the first 12 minutes and the last 12 minutes are best part of my I've enjoyed of Mandalorian this entire season. We've not talked about it at all. And that's my point.
But what happened? I mean, nothing happened though. That's my thing.
Bo-Katan did not take off her helmet ever since she left the planet. She's been accepted by other Mandalorians. The Mandalorians are starting to come together. She already knows that their thing is underneath in the waters of Andor.
That was my biggest thing.
She lost her castle, so she no longer is going to go back to her little castle and pout. She has to do something else. This is the beginning of a Mandalorian war, and we haven't even discussed it. We were talking about this for 30 minutes and not even discussed it, and that's my worry. That's the point. That's where I'm going to, and I'm worried that we're gonna lose that. And lose how good of an episode it really was.
I don't know. I mean, because like my biggest question was like, is she gonna tell Din, which she didn't, and then is she gonna be accepted into the Watch or whatever they're calling themselves? That was my biggest two things. And then it had the cool fight scene in it, which was pretty awesome. Yeah. I mean, besides that, I was like, like her not taking the helmet off, I was like, huh, interesting. But I was like, when would she have? I guess I don't know.
Every time she came back into the ship, she took off her helmet, and I found it really interesting that when she came back into the ship, she did not take off her helmet. She kept it on that time.
She kept it on.
That's what I was thinking the whole time, that she's starting to believe in some of the stories. Not that she's openly accepted it into her heart, but that she's starting to believe enough that she didn't want to give up.
I don't know. I think that's going to be a big fight, because you have an actual Mandalorian with Mandalorian wannabes. telling the actual Mandalorian how to be a Mandalorian. Can you imagine, like, if me telling, like, you guys, like, hey, listen, this is how you actually be a black guy. It's like, no, that's not, that's not gonna go right. I mean, she's gonna get pissed off. And I think other actual Mandalorians might get pissed off, but she could be the connector of the two. Say, like, hey, maybe they're not all that bad, and maybe they're not all bad, but she needs to find that out.
And she's believing that. She's starting to realize that, and now she also knows that that beast is down there. If anything happens, the mythosaur, if anything happens, she knows she could go get that. Yeah. And they have to accept her because you know where it is.
Yeah, I think that's what it's going to lead into is, what's up, Zach?
What's going on, Zach?
She's gonna become the true ruler. She goes, yeah, he got the Darksaber, but I got a mythosaur. Yeah. So it's like, what you gonna do about it?
But then together, he's like the general that everyone follows, and she's the leader that everyone's going to believe that deserves it. And that's why I always thought we were going from, even last week, I was like, this is where it's going to go. Yeah. And I'm excited that they're exploring it. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but they're at least exploring it. Yeah. Because the real one is going to be able to bring it together. It's going to be Grogu. It's still going to have to be Grogu somehow.
That's probably the best part of the episode was when she says this is the way, Din says this is the way. Yeah. Little Grogu kind of tries to say it. They look back around and they're like, what? He's going to be a Jedi Mando again.
That's what it is.
I'm super excited about that. He's been wearing the chainmail the entire time.
He's still
Yeah.
Zach said the episode was good for 30 minutes. Which 30 minutes are you talking about, Zach? I wonder which 30 minutes.
Yeah.
We just spent 30 minutes talking about that.
Talking about it. Yeah, seriously, we did. Man.
It's Oreo with the cream filling being not as good, and they like the cream filling.
Mystery flavor.
Mystery flavor.
Yeah. So here, I got one question. I don't know if you want to do more than that. Does Bo-Katan stay with the watch
for a while? Yes.
What do you guys think? For a while.
Hold on. What about you? If she does, I don't think. I don't think it'll be permanent. If she does,
Zach, I'm the only one on this show that agrees with you.
I mean, those were definitely the better parts. Don't get me wrong, but I did enjoy the middle because I hope what they're setting up is what I think they're setting up.
I think there will be a little more payoff than it led on. That's why I was. That's why at least
payoff. A lot more payoff than Andor.
Hey, I was the only one on that limb for like 10 weeks.
You were. I was trying.
Yeah,
I was trying.
Right?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Like I said, that's the popular opinion, though. Is everyone? A lot of people are saying that middle section was just not good. Was just not good. So,
and I totally understand that it's setting up something, but they should have did it in 15 minutes. That's what I'm saying. Because as I said, once again, when you've been waiting for something for so long, waiting for this whole Bo-Katan and Mandalorian, and then to really be accepted by them, you don't want to wait for 30 minutes in the middle of an episode.
Mm.
That would just piss people off.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
Now we're
by better written. Yeah. By better written, you mean at the end of every episode to be continued. It's like nothing.
No end in sight.
Yeah. Or it ends with like, and then ... like, then the next episode, nothing happens.
I don't know if you ever been with a kid who tries to tell you a story and they realize the story is over, but they don't want to give it up. So they keep on talking and they say, and they go look up and they try to figure out the next thing they're going to say. And then a purple dinosaur came out and then, and that's Andor.
Yeah. The Star Wars fans are the Billy Madison, like, shut up already.
Exactly. And me, I am the judge. Say, no. At no point in time during that complete rambling was even a coherent thought. You're awarded no points, and may God have mercy.
May God have mercy on your soul.
Yeah.
I think Bo might be fronting. After her clan ditched her, she needs help from Din's clan. She wants to tame the mythosaur. That's exactly what she wants to do. And once she has that, she could take off her helmet and do whatever. She could dance around now.
Yeah.
She put it down like a sombrero and dance around it. Like Larry, it won't matter because she tamed the mythosaur.
Yeah. I mean, I'm staying true to my thought where the Watch are not good guys. Remember, the armor's got the spike on her head. Spike on your helmet means you followed Darth Maul when he was in charge. Because you believed in all the stupid warrior stuff. No matter what, even though a literal Sith Lord was in charge of Mandalore. So she's not a good person. She's not a good guy, I don't think. And then now we know the big dude. I believe he was part of the Vizsla clan who fought Din in the last season.
Yep.
He don't trust her. And I don't trust the Vizsla clan. I really don't trust them. So there's gonna be some beef cooking up pretty soon. I think that's gonna be good.
As long as they follow the Mandalorian law, then they're at the end. She's going to be like, "No, you're going to follow her." That's what Yeah. As long as it's following Mandalorian law, and that means if the mythosaur is being written, then Bo-Katan is the leader, and that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Xavier says, "Bo definitely has a game plan, and I'm here for it."
Yeah, she's not stupid. She's definitely very, very smart.
Yeah. Let's see. The Coruscant section felt like something out of Andor.
Oh man,
it's not just me, guys. It's not just me.
Yeah. Baz Vizsla, there you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I feel like she has that. This is the best part of the episode, and we don't even get to talk about it because of all what they did. They made us wait for 30 minutes in between. We saw it coming. I was like, it's like watching The Lion King and seeing Rafiki about to lift Simba up and then pausing it and going to go talk about the hyenas for 30 minutes. But why? I've been waiting for this moment all my life. And it's like, all right, hold on. Let me tell you a story.
All right, Phil Collins.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but I think the next episode is gonna pick up right with what's going on with Din's clan and all that stuff like that. It's gonna be really interesting. Like I'm really, really interested to see what happens because Bo's not a follower, man. The last time she followed was the Dark Watch, and she's like, whoa, with another Vizsla, so I'm sure she knows that dude, the Paz Vizsla. I'm sure she knows him, not just like, oh yeah, I seen you around. Like no, like we were buddies and fought together and shit. Because then when Tar Vizsla was in charge with the Darksaber, she followed and then she wound up taking off because he got too crazy. So, and now she's with another crazy group. So it was like, I don't know, man. It's gonna be really interesting, especially if if you watched Rebels, part Rebels, and then Clone Wars, and know the whole Bo-Katan story and stuff like that. So
no, I think exactly what these is saying right here. I don't think Bo got saved. Bo got saved. She has ulterior motives, and she realizes she needs someone. She can't do it by herself.
Yeah.
When you saw her house get torn down, you knew she had to do it.
That threw me off, man.
And that's why it was interesting. She never took off the helmet, and I think she's been thinking about this. I need to plan this out anyway, and she's very smart. She's a real leader, and she's going to be the leader. Until she dies, and then Grogu comes the leader.
Yeah. She was trained leader.
Exactly. She really is.
She's gonna be on the mythosaurus, throwing around the Darksaber.
As she said, she's been doing this stuff since she was a baby. She's trained on these things, so it's gonna be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait. All right. Anything else, guys? Anything else we didn't talk about? As long as
I felt like I did a lot of talking. Sorry, Brandon.
Oh no, you're fine. I think I covered everything on my end at least.
No, I think it is always a good conversation, and hearing both sides is always really good.
It went.
Yeah, and I like it, but it is what I still think. Got to go back to what Mandalorian is. Got to go back to that. So,
yeah, which I think they will. I think they will.
All right. Anything else? Anything from comments in the chat? Anyone else got anything to say? Because then we could go on to the next thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, here.
I'm just. There we go.
At first, I was confused why they get rid of her clan in episode 1, but now I see where they're going. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, and allowing her to become the leader, and all Mandalorians following her because she's riding the mythosaur.
Mm.
I want to see it.
Yeah. Is Sasha Banks supposed to be in Mandalorian season 3? Yes, I believe she is. So they're gonna bring back her group. Oh, so I don't know how true this is. It's kind of like oh no, Sasha Banks confirmed she will not return in season 3. Never mind.
Yeah, so that makes more sense. Yeah, I was like, I don't know what they're gonna do with that.
Yeah.
Zach says, Mando, a Saturday morning cartoon, and just says, stick to that.
I think they already did that, didn't they? Well, with Boba Fett.
Boba Fett, and that was not good.
Yeah. That was back in the day. Yeah. I'm curious, man. I hope we see Sabine. I want to see Sabine pop up, or at least her clan Ren pop up in this show, because at least it would set up the normies who've never seen any of the cartoons for at least Sabine. You know what I mean? Like, oh, hey,
they have to.
There's a crazy Mandalorian and this other group of people. So.
Yeah, 7 episodes left, and before Ahsoka, and Ahsoka's going to come out this summer. It's happening, so they have to start to give us some of these things. So I'm all for it, and I think that we're going to get that. So
I can't wait for Ahsoka.
Yeah, I wonder if they haven't announced it because it might tie in to the end of this season of Mando.
It has to.
Because right now it's just expected sometime in 2023 is still what they're saying, but they're saying like sometime August. You know, July.
I'm thinking July.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah.
Well, so I can't wait for that though. But I wonder.
Same.
But either way, I mean, I thought this episode was good. Even the middle part, I liked it. I like the setup. Yeah.
Hey guys, Tank likes the mystery flavor. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Because I think and I hope it's going to set up more of Grogu's story, because we kind of been forgetting about that. Saved him from the purge, back then. Who did this? I'm like, and now they're back on Coruscant, where Grogu was last at when they did the purge, and now it's a different regime. There's a lot of things going on with Grogu that we just completely forgot about, that we haven't talked about since Boba Fett. So.
Mm-hmm.
I'll end it with this. This is the way.
There you go.
What's going on, Zach?
Oh, did I click that?
Yeah. He's been here for a minute. I'm like, what?
Yeah, my bad. I didn't mean to click that. My computer's acting funny right now. So sorry, guys.
But,
there you go.
Guys, there we go.
Well, that's Boba Fett, but
this is the way.
So, all right. Yeah, let's get out of here. Let's talk about some other stuff.
Yeah.
And
here Ahsoka might drop at the end of the summer. That's exactly what I think.
Yeah.
July going to August, right before school. That's when you get it.
Yeah.
This is the way.
And it makes sense. All right. Cool. Let's get out of here. Let's talk about some other stuff for the night. So if you're watching live, stick around. We're going to talk about some other stuff. If you're watching on replay, appreciate it. Thank you. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. It lets YouTube know what we're doing is good, and it pushes out to more people. And hit that subscribe button. Like I said, we're on our way to 1,000. So if you want to share any of our videos, please go ahead, clip it. I know clip is a new thing on YouTube. So do something like that. One of us say something stupid. So clip it. But cool. Thank you, guys. Yeah. Oh, yeah. At this point, be any of us doing stupid stuff. But all right, guys, appreciate it. We will see you guys next Thursday talking about the next episode of Mando. And but let's move on to some other stuff for the night. Oh man, trying not to scratch my neck because it's got the tiger balm on it, and I'm like, I don't want it on my hands. So I'm like,
he's gonna scratch his neck and he's gonna rub his eye. We're like, ah!
I gotta run upstairs because I got the baby monitor. I'm watching my girlfriend and my baby sleep. So hold on, I'm gonna run upstairs real quick. I'll be right back.
All right. So real quick, so Brandon, I don't know if you guys know about this. The Disney 100 the variants.
Mm-hmm.
So every other episode, I believe it's Spider-Man. These are the Spider-Man variants, but every other one they're doing the Disney variant cover. So this
very
one,
cool.
You know, Fantastic Four, Mickey, Minnie, and then they have this one. I believe this is 19 Spider-Man. This is What If Avengers, and the one that just came out March 8th is now Goofy as the Incredible Hulk. So I got that order too, and then they have one coming. It's like every other issue that they're doing it. So it's like 21, 23, 25, 27. It's going to be 12 issues in all. So you're going to have Disney characters as the Marvel superheroes. So,
now I have something else to look for when I go tomorrow.
Exactly. So I'm telling everybody, really go out to your comic book store, talk to your comic book store, the people that own it, that run it. They can put these on hold for you, and they can even send it to your house if necessary. But you need to go out there. You got to do it soon because the waiting list is getting longer and longer, and it's going to be harder and harder to find these things. But if you get all 12 of these things and hold on to them for a couple of years, we're talking about, I can see it being worth $100 per a piece. And you know, for you to spend $4 to get that, you need to go find it, and it's awesome. And
definitely,
where even is a comic book store here.
Oh, there's plenty.
There are. You don't notice them, you know, but they're there. So like, you know, I looked at Amazing Fantasy is one for me.
Graham Crackers.
Graham Cracker. There's 12 locations of a Graham Cracker. There's one in the city. There's a couple in the city actually. And there's in the suburbs, all over throughout the suburbs. So look them up.
I frequent the Graham Crackers a couple blocks from me. Like I said, I'm probably gonna get over there tomorrow morning.
So I go Graham Crackers for my DC and my Marvel information, and then I go to Amazing Fantasy for my independence. That's like I said, I got Monarch, whatever. I usually go to Amazing Fantasy for those. So but they have a lot of cool things. But you can put things on order. But I'm just throwing it out there for everyone because just like the Marvel Team Up, Spider-Man, Fantastic Four stuff, you can't see this anymore. There's this one right now is worth a pretty penny. And if you have the entire series, you can go to college on it. If you have the first run, I'm telling you guys to go do it, go grab it. And then, you know, if possibly you get to your kids, get it, and maybe they could do something with it. So go to your comic book store, ask for the Disney Marvel thing, the Disney 100. As I said, they're going to have 12 issues. Go look for it. I'm only telling you this because I already put on hold my the next 5. Yeah, you get See, I'm telling you guys, this is what you really.
I got the other one with
Incredible.
not the goofy one, the second one that you have up there. Yeah. But that's pretty cool.
I got
there's some cool covers coming out.
So I'm telling you, get all 12 guys. I'm telling you, this is just me giving you friendly advice. Go ahead and do that.
Yeah. So it's weird because one's Avenger 4, but they're all variant covers for Spider-Man.
They're all
it's a Spider-Man comic book. But but one every month. It's gonna be cool. I'm gonna try to get a picture frame at the end when I have all 12 picture.
And then he's gonna put together, and then he's gonna do a snap, and then half of us gonna be gone.
Combined it all.
Pass out.
That's what it all goes. Yeah. Did you show these ones from Zach? Are you guys excited to see Shazam?
So I believe 1/3 of us have already seen Shazam.
Yep.
Yeah, down there.
Me, I'm going with my girls at 6:30 tomorrow.
Nice. I am going Saturday morning. I got
Very
my
nice.
seats. Oh, so
One
before
Saturday
I go,
morning.
so I got Shazam reserved. I got John Wick reserved.
Me too.
Yeah, I got Dungeons and Dragons reserved.
Me too. Hey, did you do the early one? Did you do the early release?
I wanted to. I really, really wanted to because, but it's gonna be too much for me because we're going John Wick on Saturday, and then that means the early release, the sneak peek is on Sunday, and that's too much for Erica. That's too much away from the baby. But I think we're gonna see Dungeons and Dragons in Florida. Hopefully, as long as everything goes, we might cancel last second, but we're gonna see it, and then also see Mario in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
When we're down in Florida, because those two are coming out when we're out there.
All of them. I have
So.
all of them reserved, just like you, ready to go.
Yeah,
I gotta get on it for those.
So me and Brian are on the A list. So for the AMC thing, I'm surprised did you just sign up, Brandon, or are you going to sign up?
No, I just signed up.
Because it is 100% worth it, man. If you go, yeah, so, especially in March, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised at myself for not doing that sooner.
Now you're back, Derpy. We've been asking for you for like a half an hour.
I know. I wanted your positive take on.
We're asking for half an hour. You're going. We're looking for you.
Yeah, for the Mario. Yeah, I'm not seeing any of those. You're not seeing. Mario. Oh, you're not seeing any of those. You're not seeing John Wick.
John Wick is it. That's the best one of all of them.
I got Dolby screen for it, Dolby Cinema screen for that one.
Me too.
I'm more excited for John Wick than anything else.
Yeah, me too. I cannot wait.
Yeah,
same.
I want to be able to review of Mario. Yeah,
we'll get you.
Especially considering with John Wick, it was supposed to be out years ago, and then got pushed back.
It was supposed to be out the same time as Matrix 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's
right. Yeah.
I love my AMC A-list. Me too. I wear my popcorn. I'm like, hey, where my popcorn? They hand me my popcorn in my cup, and I walk off.
Yeah. Well, usually I don't order food, but I think because I know Erica's been, I don't know why, she's been wanting a pretzel so bad. So I ordered a pretzel with cheese to be at the seat. So as soon as we sit down, we get our pretzel. So there you go.
Specifically the pretzel.
The pretzel.
I actually got the Bavarian pretzel that's like a size of a pizza.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's what I ordered. But yeah, it's definitely worth it. Man, how can you not?
That's the one I want. MI7 would be good too.
MI7 would be really good.
I can't wait.
David says A-list is worth it for movie fans. If you go to the movie twice a month, it pays for itself. And if you go 3 times a week, it super pays for itself.
Yeah. Just for the month of March, it probably pays for itself. Because I know when you first sign up, you have to sign up and you have to stay in it for 3 months, which is not a big deal. And then like you said, if you go at least twice, 2 or 3 times, it kind of pays for itself, and then that's good. And that's in a month, so
you can go 3 times a week. You can go 3 times a week to any movie.
And it doesn't matter if it's IMAX or Dolby, or standard. So it's like you can see an IMAX or a 3D, which is like what, $18, right there. It's mostly paid for.
It's paid for right there.
Yeah. Avatar, that's it. It's paid for the month. Just go see Avatar.
And then you get like $5 rewards. So for every movie you get, it still adds up and give you a $5 reward. I literally have like $40 in rewards right now.
Nice. That's how I got the pretzel. It was $15 off, so I just paid like $4.
Oh man. But yeah, if you're movie fans, that's a big thing. Hey guys, AMC, watching this?
Seriously, man.
You watching this, bro? Come get us a sponsorship.
Yeah, exactly. We're not asking for millions like Nicole Kidman.
Just exactly, because we are. No, we're just asking for a free AMC pass. That's all.
That's freaking ad.
Every time. This is AMC pass.
That ad is just
Mm-hmm.
I go to the Marcus and Country Club Hills, the OAMC. I've almost spent 29 years going to that building. Yeah.
Nice.
It was like crying. I used to go to that Marcus one too. Now I live further out here, so the new Linux AMC is really nice too, and it's not crowded.
Yeah, I've been to that one once, just because it was randomly like, hey, look, they're playing Nightmare Before Christmas. It was like years ago, and we're like, fuck it, let's go see Nightmare Before Christmas. And it was like amazing. It was super nice.
And every seat there is new. It's not like Naperville, which is not everything. It's not new. So
yeah.
All right, let's get to the next review, guys. I know everyone's waiting.
65.
65. Let's do it. And Brandon can tell us his hate.
I'm kind of curious.
Good. Let your hate bubble up to the top. Let it guide you.
Where we at? All right, cool. All right, welcome to another episode of Spoiler Kings. We are Spoiler Kings. We are Tim Kramer, Brandman Brandon, Brian the Grizzly, and we are about to talk about 65, starring Adam Driver. Came out last weekend, and we finally all got to see it. Oh man, I think we all have different views on it, different opinions, which is going to be a good one. But right off the bat,
we do too.
We'll ask what you guys think about it. We'll get into some good stuff, some bad stuff, and the ratings at the end. But right now, just initial thoughts. Brandon, what you think?
Well, Adam Driver was good in it as always. This was almost a lot of parts. This was almost like the Adam Driver one-man show, at least like for the first from parts of
You're not wrong,
at least early on in the movie. I liked the premise because the trailers really, really had me excited for it. It kind of flew in kind of unnoticed for me until I saw the first trailer like 2 or 3 months ago. I know I was kind of I was looking at it as Turok the movie based on just the ads and that sort of thing. And who doesn't love dinosaurs?
Exactly.
But I think my high points for the movie kind of stop there. I think that it was an interesting premise, but it kind of seems like they wrote a first draft of the movie and just kind of went from there rather than kind of anyone like getting any like putting any input in on it. It also kind of felt at times like it was made of like bits and pieces of other movies. Like Planet of the Apes, with it being Earth all along. Exactly obviously Jurassic Park. There's a dinosaur, there's a T-Rex, there's a bigger T-Rex. There's the scene where they're looking through the window or looking through the waterfall. There was like some Kong Skull Island in there. Pitch Black was another one. Even parts of the musical score kind of reminded me of Pitch Black. It also, and this was probably like one of my bigger problems, it also kind of talked to the audience like we were complete idiots. We had like 3 separate captions of the movie saying, "Oh, this isn't about Earth. This is not Earth. Nothing involving Earth is happening here. Earth is not in this." Only when the title drop happens, 65 million years ago, this guy has crash landed into, wait for it, Earth. And then it lingers on that. The movie to me just wasn't really about anything. It was kind of about something, but at the same time, it didn't feel like it was about anything. And it did one of the cheapest things you could do was it relied on a lot of jump scares, which I can't stand. You got to be kind of smart with jump scares. It was, I think, like the only other really the one who was an offender like just as bad was the 2010 remake of Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Where it just did nothing for me, which sucks because the plot had a lot of potential. It wasn't even a hollow movie to me. It was an empty movie to me. And it was the first time in a while that I was like really, really starting to fidget and look at my watch.
Really? It was only an hour and a half long.
It was only an hour and a half. It was so
it was the longest hour and a half I've ever experienced.
Yeah.
Wasn't my cup of tea. I thought it was going to be I thought it was going to be a lot more. It was a frustrating movie because it could have been a lot more if they kind of worked on it, and not shot like the first thing they committed to paper. But good on all the times all the times Adam Driver's character got hurt throughout the movie. Notice he never hurt his back, which surprised me because I was thinking it would hurt from carrying the entire movie.
I know he was gonna say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab something.
Okay. You're frozen, so it looks.
You're frozen. Yeah. So you're still there.
God damn it.
It's all good.
All right. I'm going to take a little everything that he said, reverse it, and that's what I think. I thought the plot was terrible. I thought the movie was fine. The plot there was a different planet. I hated that. I thought that was stupid. I wanted it to be more an idea that this was Earth in the future, and then they went back into a wormhole that poked into like the planet, whatever, and brought them back to the Earth. They didn't know it was Earth at the time when they were crash landing. I thought that would have been a better premise. I didn't like the idea. Like I enjoyed the beginning part. I enjoyed Chloe Coleman and Nakia King. I liked seeing his daughter and his wife, and understanding that he's doing it for his daughter. And I didn't like the flashback I got to Sarah from The Last of Us. I did not like that.
Yeah.
I felt, especially because she was sick and knew she was going to die. But I think it would have been better if they were from Earth, because you're speaking English. So why the hell are you speaking English in a movie that's not from a different planet? Just didn't make any sense to me. So, but if they're from Earth, emergently in the future, and he was going on a trip, and it punched a hole through the fabric of time, and he ended up going back in space because something hit it and knocked him off, that would have been a much better premise to me. It'd be more like this TV show Arc that's on Sci-Fi. I thought that it would have been just smarter movie. Adam Driver, I did feel sometimes that it was a lot like The Martian, but he's not strong enough to be The Martian. Like he's a good actor, but he's not Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
You know Matt Damon, man. Come on, I mean,
there's also like a different vibe. I don't know if like I get what you mean. Like it was like The Martian, but it was different enough where it wouldn't play the same. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah. But it's like he didn't have anything special about him. He was just a driver, like, and then not a good one at that. Like, you couldn't figure out a way to not lose all your people. Figure out a way, like there was no fail safe for that, no alarm going off before that happened. Conveniences that for the movie, and then the whole idea about it being right before the dinosaurs, right before they died, before the comet was there. That was pretty weird too, but it was just too much convenience. So I didn't hate the movie, but it was an hour and a half and it was fine. But yes, it made me feel like it was a very like a streaming movie. That's what it felt. It felt like a streaming movie and not necessarily anything else.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna check because I know Brandon's camera gets stuck. You back, Brandon?
I am back.
Okay.
I am back on the couch.
There you go.
Yes, okay.
It was frozen. I just thought about it. So here, before I get into mine,
am I moving again, or am I still frozen?
You're back on the couch, but you're frozen. Back on the couch at least.
Hang on 1 second.
All right, while you do that, I'm gonna bring up some of these comments real quick. Xavier said, "After Earth meets Jurassic Park." That's pretty much it. That's
a very
exactly it.
I like that.
And do you guys think 65 would have worked better as a series?
I think that's the best question, Tony. I think that's a very good question, and I think the answer is 100% yes. 100%. That would have been better for me.
I don't know, because what would you have done to stretch out an hour and a half? You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like I missed any story, you know, like, because it was so fast. You know what I mean? Like, it was pretty straightforward. You know, it would need to be more developed if it wanted to be a series.
But you could have developed it more.
Yeah,
you could have made it into a lot more stuff going on.
Yeah.
It's Earth. a lot of problems.
Yeah.
My other problem was, how was the Earth in the Jurassic period when they're just regular trees?
Dude, you're thinking about it too much, man. Think about it. Don't think about it. Also, I don't think the comet hits during the Jurassic period. It hits in another period, because that's a whole other thing. Like, Jurassic Park shouldn't be called Jurassic Park because T-Rexes and those dinosaurs weren't alive during the Jurassic period. Yeah, but Distizzle said, might check this out at home. Yeah,
it's a good. It'll be a good home.
Yeah, the positives: Adam Driver and the dinosaurs. That's about it. Yeah. There was one part where it was a jump scare that kind of got me and my girlfriend like jumped, like, oh, like, didn't expect that. I was like, what the hell? They're still wanting to see dinosaurs in Savage Land on screen. Oh, please, yes. Kevin Feige, do it. But I think that's way down the road. We gotta get X-Men first. So yeah, the big screen. Yeah. So it should have been straight to VHS release, pretty much. Yeah. Or like what Xavier said, it should have been on Netflix. I think this would have been a perfect spot for Netflix. It should have been right streaming, straight to Netflix. I think that would have been great. Who is it? Sony?
Yeah, Sony.
What Sony service does Sony have, or do they work with? I don't think they have one, right?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, not yet. That's all we need is another one. Probably Universal. Universal was a Peacock.
Yep, Peacock.
Right? Yeah. Oh, maybe on Peacock would have been cool. Streaming release like Chris Pratt's The Tomorrow War. Yeah.
Exactly. It should be on Prime Video.
Prime would have been good. Anywhere streaming would have been better. I think. I think it would have been better fitting. So yeah, for me, man, like I liked it, but it had a lot of issues. Like, very short story, very easy story. Like, I thought what Brian thought was like, oh, it's his Earth from the future, and then they go back in time and through a wormhole or through some kind of like whatever, and then they're like, oh, what? That they're so far advanced that they didn't know dinosaurs exist on Earth.
Had no
like
clue.
that would have been kind of cool. But then once they kind of proved that wasn't the case, that they're from another planet, then I started thinking, I'm like, oh, are these going to be like
the seeds of
humankind? And then I'm thinking, I'm like, well, he's 30 something, she's 12, so
I hope not.
No. So I hope they don't go that route, because that's so messed up on so many levels. And I think Adam Driver is too good of a person to like even go down that road as an actor. You're like, whoa, we're not doing that. That's why if it would have been an older woman, like, if he's doing it, at least somebody in there like 21, early 20s, it would have made a little more sense, where like they couldn't get off the planet and they become Adam and Eve, something along those lines.
That's exactly where I thought we were going, and that was not what we got.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to do it with a friggin' however old she was, like 12. I mean, she was pretty young. She was a great, though Adam Driver was great.
I was going to say, Ariana Greenblatt was so good. Oh,
I thought she was so good. When they get to the peak of the mountain and she finds out what happened to her family, and I was like, damn, okay, she was good. She was a good little actress. So I'm interested to see more with her, what else she can do.
And she saved his life. I mean, everything about her was so good. I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And honestly, I wouldn't mind have seen if they got back to the planet or not. See what their journey was. I wouldn't mind have seen that. I was interested in them together. I was interested in their community.
Yeah, they kept it ambiguous, like that was the one that was the part that really reminded me of the ending of the first Pitch Black.
Mm-hmm.
where they
Yeah.
just kind of go off to destinations unknown. It just that's one of the things where oh, all right.
Like that's they, and then and now they're safe. But I feel like this was Sony trying to do a bootleg Pedro Pascal kind of thing. Like, here's an old man that has a young kid, and they're trying to save. It's like we've seen it with Pedro Pascal twice. Like, I don't need to see a bootleg Pedro Pascal do it with another kid. You know what I mean? Like, we've seen it twice done better already. So we don't need to see it with dinosaurs. But I mean, that's all it was. It was a very simple plot. I mean, I had fun. It's not going to win any awards. This is definitely not going to be up for like any kind of Academy Award or anything like that. But I know that's why Brandon's like, he like really didn't like it. I was like, damn,
I thought it was fine. It was just
at least fun enough.
Movie. It was an hour and a half, and I didn't feel like I wasted my time. And it was like, oh, dinosaurs, Adam Driver, cute kid.
Yeah, it's a point of comfort that I had a free movie pass that I used, but I still kind of wanted it back.
I demand. You probably could have got it back too. AMC's pretty good at that.
Yeah,
but
well, I was a Showplace icon around the corner.
Oh, nice, yeah. But yeah. I mean, nothing crazy. It was a straightforward action, jump scary, semi horror, sci-fi. It seemed like it tried to hit all the boxes. Like horror, check. Jump scares, check. Sci-fi, check. Action, check. Action star, check. They were trying to go for a little too much, and they should have. Although I'm looking at it now, it was a Raimi Productions. They were part of it.
Raimi Productions, yeah.
Columbia.
That was a sell. That was a sell when I. Yeah, that was a sell for me when I saw the original trailer. When I saw Sam Raimi, I'm like, I'm in.
And then I saw Braun Creative, and I was like, uh-oh, that means LeBron.
Yeah.
It means someone's flopping. And someone did flop. It was the movie.
There you go. Yeah. So, and then the directors, I'm looking at the directors, A Quiet Place, and they're, which kind of freaks me out because I think they're also doing The Boogeyman that's coming out later this year, and that trailer looks really good, really scary.
It does. And
this trailer looked really good, and I'm worried that The Boogeyman might not hit.
I think we need to see how long it is. If it's an hour and a half, we might, go from there.
The runtime. Yeah. But I don't mind shorter runtimes, like an hour and a half. I'm like, that's cool. But
no, and to its advantage, to its credit, director. Yeah, to its credit, it was quick paced and to the point. It just
Never mind. It's a different director. Take that back. I am sorry.
I thought Quiet Place was written and directed by
it's not Stephen King.
No, Quiet Place. No, I thought it was by Mr. Fantastic, the one John Krasinski. John Krasinski.
Yeah,
I thought he directed that.
It's from the people who made The Quiet Place. They made sure to put that on the trailer, on the poster a lot for 65. From the people who got you Quiet Place. Here's dinosaurs.
Yeah, I was just thinking John Krasinski. That's the whole time. But
yeah. I'm looking at the directors. This Brian Woods and Scott Beck.
How's it going?
Hey, what's up? But
man,
you
got me right before.
There you go.
Beat me to the chase.
But yeah, I don't know. You get anything else before we get into the ratings? You can think of?
I just you guys say some of the bad stuff. Wasn't the CGI? Wasn't anything. It was just the story. I think they just didn't do a great job with the story. Yeah, honestly. Yeah. And they could have done more with the story and could have made more sense. And it said they should have seeded the earth. Like they found out one other survivor. When they got to the ship, they found there was one other survivor. And they tried to get off and they couldn't get off. And then they had to figure out something. And they were able to, with their technology, create a bubble or a biodome or something like that for them to stay in. And they seeded the earth with human beings. And that's how humans got here. That's what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah,
and
that would have been really cool. That's what I thought too.
They went into to the mountains and they were able to create this bubble with their technology, and they seeded the earth, and They became a family and all the other crap.
Yeah.
All you need is a replicator, a food replicator, and you win. Yeah, done.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was a very, 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 very easy story, almost to the point where they're kind of like telling you that you're stupid, like Brandon said, But it was literally, hey, you're here and you need to go there. That's it. That is literally the entire story. So, but cool. Let's get into this rating and move on to something else.
Okay.
There we go. All right. So here at Spoiler Kings, we rate things nice and simple. We do a now, later, never. Now means you need to check it out right now before it gets ruined and, social media ruins it for you. Later means wait till it's on streaming. No big deal. You're not missing out. And never means skip it. Don't kill any brain cells. It's not worth your time. Brandon, what you giving this one?
This is a never for me. It was a cool enough premise. I thought, just going by the ads, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll go see this in the theater, but it just didn't. It seems like they didn't really put a whole lot of work into this movie, at least in terms of like the writing or kind of thinking it out. It could have been awesome. At the very least, it could have been like somewhat entertaining, and it just didn't do any of that for me, unfortunately. Which I hate to say. It was just such an empty movie. It talked down to you. Nothing about it was mind blowing or even entertaining. Like I said, it only lasted an hour and a half, but it was a very excruciating hour and a half. Props to Adam Driver, because this was way beneath him. The dude's a great actor.
It really is.
I don't know. Maybe he wanted to pay his mortgage or something like that.
Needed a quick check. Listen, I'm going on vacation. Disney won't let me go for free anymore.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'll be completely happy if I never watch this again. This isn't even a background noise movie for me.
Okay.
It doesn't even earn that title.
Yeah.
Never.
Okay.
Never.
Brian?
I give it definitely later for me. I enjoyed the movie. It was just for what it was. It was a fun, quick little glimpse into something. I knew what I was getting into. I thought that they could have made it. It could have been great, and it wasn't great because of the way they did the story. But it could have been great, and I didn't mind. I think Adam Driver was great. I thought all the people that were in the movie, as far as acting, was great. Ariana Greenblatt as Koa, great. She did an unbelievable job.
I mean, the two actors that were in the movie, besides the first 5 minutes,
the family in the beginning, because the family got me too. Because I'm all about family. Yeah. Because Adam Driver, family. Yeah, she gave birth to to Dom, but whatever.
That's how it's all connected.
It's all connected. But I honestly, I thought it was fine for what it was. It wasn't a great movie, but it wasn't a terrible movie. It's definitely not going to make its money back from all. I think the budget was something like $90 million. It ain't no way in hell it's going to make $90 million. I think it's at something like 12 or 13 million now. But I think streaming, it's going to get to Netflix, and people are going to enjoy watching it on Netflix because it's action. It's done well. Adam Driver is great. So, I mean, the actors are good. The story is not so good, but they make the story better because of their connection. So I definitely get it adds up to a Netflix movie for me, which means later stream it at home.
Yeah. I'm gonna be right there too. I'll probably give it a later. You can wait till it's out on streaming. And I think once it hits Peacock or Netflix or whatever it's gonna hit, I think it's gonna be okay enough where enough people watch it and be like, oh, okay, but it's not making up that $90 million. It's not, and it went against Scream. It opened up against Scream, and Scream killed it, and was number one. And then that's it, man. This movie ain't gonna get any more life for a while, for at least 4 more weeks, and by then no one will care about it. So
It's gonna be back on. It's gonna be on HBO before a House Party gets released.
Yeah. I mean, they're gonna wait 45 days, legit. That 45 days, and this will be on a streaming service, guaranteed. But for what it is, it's a bootleg version of season 1 of Mando. Yeah, like guy finds kid, guy tries to save kid. The end. Yeah, it's like that's it. That's it.
I feel like if it had Planet of the Apes, this was Planet of the Apes. That's what it was with a kid. That's what.
Yeah. So give it a later. Then Rotten Tomatoes. I think a lot of the critics.
It's a huge.
Yeah, the critics definitely are more on Brandon's side with everything because the critics gave it a 35%. Holy crap! And only 89 reviewers. Gave it a 35%. Yeah. So pretty much all of them made it.
It's like literally like the critics was like, "Stop it! He's already dead. Stop hitting him." That's what it is.
Yeah. But one of my favorite ones is he goes 65. It's closer to 0. Which is like, yeah, that got me funny. And then the audience score gave it a 63. So I think me and Brian are probably more around the audience side of this one. But yeah, definitely not a well received movie. And then the box office. Domestically, it's 15.7 million. Domestic. So globally, worldwide, it was 24.2. So
what was the budget? What was the budget, Tank?
I believe I'm looking at it and it says 25 to 90, which I'm like, huh? It's probably closer to 90. I would give it closer to 90. You're not making this kind of movie with these CGI for anything less than 70, really. So it's definitely closer to 90. I don't know if it makes up. It's gonna be a loss big time.
I think it loses.
It's gonna be a big flop.
It might make half the money, maybe half the money back.
Maybe because you remember the next coming weeks, Shazam, Dungeons and Dragon, John Wick, Mario Brothers. I don't know when it's gonna make.
There's something else that comes out too,
and then after that, I mean, I don't. If it's at 24 right now worldwide, and you got four movies coming out in the next 4 weeks. I don't know if this is gonna make another. You're talking about what?
I'm thinking
80,
48
or 90, about.
I think it makes another 24 million. Actually, make another 24.
Yeah, which right about half. But yeah,
I was the only person in the theater the other night. I was the only person in the theater yesterday.
Oh man,
yeah.
There was a good amount of people with me.
oh man, you're like, because Adam Driver sucks. He is not, man. He is a great actor.
I don't know.
I like Adam Driver.
I want him to be my Dr. Doom. That's Inside. Remember the Inside movie we talked about? We did.
Oh, the Elementals, whatever. I think it's coming out. Yeah, Adam is a big box office draw. Nah, and not yet.
I don't blame him. I'm saying the movie.
No,
the writers screwed this up.
Yeah.
And plus the look at when it opened. Sandwiched in between Scream 6 and then Shazam. And just look, just like you said, Tank. Look at the big tidal wave of things that are coming, in succession in the coming weeks. So it's probably going to get easily pretty much buried in the shuffle.
Yeah,
I think it finishes at about $40 million. It makes about $40 million. It'll lose about $50 million. Yeah,
I can see that. It's also an original movie sandwiched in between, like Brandon said, other big movies. All the other big movies are big IPs. Scream, big IP. John Wick, Shazam, which part of DC, so people are interested in that.
Creed,
Mario Brothers, Creed. So you have these other IPs that have traction already, and then you sneak in something that's like kind of new, but also we've seen before a bunch of times, so it's not too new. So it's kind of sucks, but we'll see. And the only positive role I've heard warm reception to him is in Marriage, the Marriage Story. Yeah, the movie. I think it's just called Marriage, right?
Yeah,
Marriage.
That's where he goes.
I think it's Marriage Story.
Marriage Story.
I think
that's when he goes good soup. That's where we get that from. He was really good in that one. But I think Adam Driver until he really gets a breakout role, he needs to be teamed up with somebody.
Black Klansman was off the chain.
Yes.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
It was. But also, he was teamed up with David Washington, and John David Washington is great, and he needs a big breakout role as well. It wasn't Tenet, even though I love Tenet. I think that's what they thought. But Adam Driver, together, those guys crushed it. But we'll see. Yep. I need to make that make one of my clips. Good soup. But all right. Cool. Let's get out of here. Talk about another topic, our last topic for the night, actually. But you guys got anything else before we move on?
He's Dr. Doom. He needs to be Dr. Doom.
Dr. Doom.
I want him to be Dr. Doom.
Yeah.
Right age. He's so.
Then you can surround him with other great actors, and it makes him better.
Exactly. He stepped his game up. I feel like he acts just fine, but you need good people around him to really do it. But him as Dr. Doom, I feel like he has the evil streak in him. You see it in him. So that's why, I really want him as Dr. Doom.
He's got a good bad guy. Adam Driver was not in Tenet. Adam Driver was with John David Washington in Black Klansman, and John David Washington was in Tenet. But I was like, kind of comparing, they're both at the same level where by themselves they're not that big movie star kind of guy yet, but together Adam Driver, when they're around other people, they're elevated, I think, as actors.
Yeah.
So far. Yeah, but he wasn't in Tenet. Yeah, that's what I was kind of getting at, because you brought Black Klansman and stuff like that. But all right, let's get out of here. So if you're watching live, stick around. We got another topic. If you're watching on replay, let us know what you think about 65. Leave a comment down below. Let us know if you liked it, you hated it, was it stupid, or what theories you thought were gonna pop up in this one that didn't happen with a lot. But make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're on our way to 1,000, so we were trying to get there pretty soon. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Share any of our videos with your friends, with your parents, anybody who's a movie fan. Make sure you share it. You can join our Facebook group. Down in the description is the link to join there. And then and hit that like button. It lets YouTube know we're doing some good stuff, and that helps us get pushed out to more people, so we can get more people joining us. But that is it for 65. Thank you guys. Like I said, if you're watching live, stick around. We're going to talk about some other stuff. Thought I clicked it. It didn't go through. So I can see Adam as Doom. If that stays on.
I think he's a very good Doom. I think
if you got to go, Toxic.
He has the evil streak in him, and you can see the anger. I think you're gonna see the anger. It's gonna be good. I really think he could be the guy. And I'm hoping Feige listens and gives us that. I'm okay with John Krasinski not being anything. He could be old man, Mr. Fantastic when we have the Council of Reeds. That's fine, whatever. But Adam Driver's Dr. Doom works perfectly.
That would be good. I think because he's able to be like a elegant, smart man, like Victor Von Doom, and then once he gets the mask and gets all
and just be savage,
Dr. Doom, and
I'm going to kill everybody. I'm murder me to murder you. Like that.
Is he over that though? Is he over doing something long term and in a mask because of Kylo Ren in Star Wars?
Well, he needs to make it good. And Marvel can take your career and to new heights. If you don't believe me, ask Robert Downey Jr.
Ask Chris Evans.
Ask Chris Evans, who was also in all these other movies he couldn't carry, and he became Captain America. And
Chris Evans was doing rom-coms.
These are the wrong ones because he was already doing
he was already doing his own thing. Or Chris Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth, exactly.
Became a
your
star.
career into the stratosphere.
Yeah, because he was like an Australian soap star out there.
Yeah,
he was.
Chris Evans, his career was kind of getting traction. Like he was getting he was getting more traction, at least as an actor. Like he was great in Sunshine.
But it didn't make money. He didn't make money. Chris Evans had a movie he could carry to make money, and then he became Captain America, and he carried everything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that's one of the things that I liked about like the early days of Marvel. They were casting people for acting merit. Yeah.
This is why I'm saying Adam Driver. He's back to that type of mode, and he could become a superstar, and I think he'll do well at it.
Yeah. Well, like Chris Hemsworth got that role because of that little teeny bit of role he had in the Star Trek reboot in the first one, where he's Kirk's father.
Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah. He's Captain Kirk, but not that Captain Kirk, his dad. So he was in it for like 5 minutes, I think.
It was part of the best part of it. I really enjoyed that part.
Yeah. But that was Chris Hemsworth. Yeah, and he got a role with MCU because Kevin Feige loved that beginning. He's like, oh damn, he's really good. Let's get him now before he gets too famous.
Intensity. And I'm telling you, go get Adam Driver. He is Dr. Doom. He needs to be it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you could definitely do that. I mean, he's a Marine too, so like he knows how to be scary in your face when that time comes.
When it comes down to the point, exactly. And you need someone who's going to show that he's intelligent yet ruthless, and that's what you're going to get with him. So,
yeah. So Toxic Gamer said, maybe I'll see you Tuesday if you want. If you got nothing else going on, but
if you find yourself in a position where you don't have to hand over your money for it, sure.
No, it's okay to pay money for it. Don't listen to this, dude.
No, it is not.
It is, and what you need to do is make sure that you just don't need to go see the previews. You're just gonna go for the movie. Hour and a half, in, out, bing, bang, boom. You're good. It'll still be time. You're good to go. You'll go in this light, and you'll come out. It'll still be light.
Yeah.
Buy a ticket for Scream 3 and then sneak in, or Scream 6 and then sneak in.
See Scream 6 and then go see that real quick.
Go see Scream 6 and then
So he says, I hate that they spoiled Shazam! Fury of the Gods.
Me too. I hated that they spoiled the cameo. Warner Brothers is really desperate to
that was Funko. Funko spoiled it.
Oh no, they're doing it in commercials too.
Are they?
They spoiled the big cameo.
Really? I didn't see that.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
Because I saw pictures around Twitter, and I figured it was somebody taking a screenshot of like early viewing.
Mm-hmm.
That's doing a Henry Cavill Black Adam thing. So you're kind of doing that. It was like don't blow your load on that. Like let it be a surprise. All right. I just have a problem with actors needing to be seen all the time. You mean every actor ever?
I think he doesn't need to. I think he'll be the greatest Doom.
Yeah. Maybe he'll be a good Doom because he sucked as Kylo Ren.
Oh, he did a good job as Kylo Ren. He did exactly what you're supposed to do. You hated him, right?
Yeah,
did a good job.
They ruined Kylo Ren by the end. Kylo Ren should have been the bad guy.
Just stayed the bad
guy. They had some stupid stuff. Yeah. Keep the mask on. They should have kept the mask on, 100%. Yeah, maybe take it off every so often, like they did in the first one. That's a whole nother can of worms with Star Wars, man. We need to get Planet Fanatics on here and do a whole Star Wars thing, man. So I know D Stizzle is always in Planet Fanatics, and I know Darius said he's super busy lately and stuff like that. But I was like, I've been itching to hear some of his takes on some of these things, man. I was like, dude, I want to hear what you think.
We're going to DM. We're going to put a message in like, look, Darius, we all decided you need to come back and do this now. Just let you know, this is what we decided.
Like, how much you making tonight? All right, we'll all match that, so you don't have to go to work that day.
Got
you. He said, "Yep, he sure did get it because of Kirk's father." Yep. They played that good. I don't think any sequel trilogy actors were the problem. It was everything else. Yeah, the writing, the directing.
Oh, that's without saying.
The story.
John Boyega is the bomb. I love
Yeah.
John Boyega. He is good. And
Yeah. I mean, you had Oscar Isaac, John Boyega, like Kylo Ren, what that was his name, Adam Driver, who I think is a good enough actor. Daisy Ridley is still kind of new to the scene, but it was like you had these like awesome freaking guys.
Everyone was like, great. They just did a terrible job. They should have stayed with the story. They should stay with the story they were going to go with. And they should. Once again, this is them trying to fix other stuff, but they didn't need to fix anything.
Fuck.
Keep it going.
Yeah.
Don't touch the eye now.
I know, man. I'm like, damn it. Oh man. But yeah, that's a whole. We'll do a whole Star Wars thing one day, maybe like on an off day.
I'm all for that.
Yeah. Do you guys know what they are building a movie studio on the South Side? Really?
I heard that.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like a whole like a studio set, or just like
or like no, like it's like buildings, and they're going to so you'll be able to shoot movies, TV shows, all that stuff on the South Side. Yeah.
I can see that'd be cool. That'd be cool because I'm assuming that would be like their main station. Then every so often, like, hey, let's film in Lower Wacker or shit like that.
No, it's like imagine like if they took Country Club Hills, all that land that's been sitting there for that outlet mall, and they made all that into a movie studio. It'll be like something like that.
Is that where they're doing it?
I just know it's on the South Side. I'm not sure if it's the Oak Forest Country Club Hills thing, but it is over there.
Yeah. That'd be I think good. Brandon said, "Don't bother." He's like,
"Nope." I sure did.
Yep.
I can't let you do that to yourself.
73rd and Stony. You're right. It is on Stony Island. It is in Stony Island. You're 100% right.
Yeah. Because that's Chicago talk for anybody up here.
I'm secretly trying to buy some land over there to get us a Culver's over there too. So look about Obama Library. Let's go.
Yeah. Brandon said, "Don't bother." Yeah, got that one. Hopefully, Star Trek 4 will be good and pay respect to Anton Yelchin. I know he played. What's the character he played? Why am I having a brain fart?
I had it in my mind.
The pilot guy. Yeah, but I know he was. Yeah, that was super sad. He played that role great, and he was young. It was perfect for that role.
I know.
There's the pilot guy. I know.
Chekhov. Yeah,
Chekhov. Yep. There you go.
Yeah, that was too bad about Anton Yelchin. That was some Final Destination shit. The way he died.
Seriously, man. Yeah, everyone remember that. Nice. Yeah. He was great in that role. He was really great. But
that was absolutely awful. Yeah, and
so
he
young.
had, he was only 27. He was. He had a long career in front of him. He was a great actor.
Yeah. It was. Speaking of Scream, Dewey deserves to die.
Don't ever talk to me again. Don't ever talk to me again.
I don't know if he did. I mean, if anything, he probably deserved to die in every movie he was in because he would always get shot or stabbed and he survived.
He just keep up. Like he literally was Michael Myers, like
I was proud of Dewey in Scream 5 because he was going for the double tap, but at the same time getting distracted by a phone call, especially within that close proximity.
That was so stupid.
That's why I hate Scream 5. Scream 5 is my worst rated Scream. It's all at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Always bottom. I don't like it. But it's crazy how it sets up one of my favorite Screams. Like probably my second or third favorite Scream.
I love 6.
It's the second.
I don't know.
I saw it this week. It's the second best one.
Yeah.
I love 6. Yeah. Really enjoyed that.
I think Gail should have died in Scream 6. That would have been nice.
I think so too.
But I think she wants her happy ending. Like Sydney had her happy ending. Maybe Gail gets hers, but Gail isn't really a good person.
I don't know if Sydney's going to have a happy ending.
Yeah, bring her back.
Then they end up bringing her back.
Yeah.
Well, if they Neve Campbell had a pretty big falling out because they didn't want to pay her what she was worth. Unless they pay up.
They end the stare off, and they're going to close out Scream, and it's going to be like Scream 8, and she's going to come back to close out the story.
if they pay her money.
Yeah, they got paid. They got paid.
Like,
Although it becomes harder.
Money.
Yeah, if the movie does well without her, they're like, why do we need to pay you? Like, we have Jenna Ortega now.
Yeah, because all this is going to be Scream 7 is not going to make as much money, and they're going to try to close out the series.
They ain't closing out the series.
You need Sydney to do that.
Yeah.
We said about Halloween. They're not going to finish Halloween. They finally finished Halloween. Maybe.
No, for another, give it 5 or 6 more years. Then
all of a sudden, he's going to piece back together somehow. From
Yeah.
the chipper.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeez. Like somehow, like, yeah, they're going to do something stupid. D Stizzle said Shazam films without Black Adam as an antagonist is weird. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but, that's really no one's fault but the Rock's. He didn't want to. He didn't want to be in
the Rock. You're such a Rock.
Yeah, he didn't want to do it.
No,
both of you guys.
He didn't want to do it. He let us.
He didn't want to be.
It should have been done the first movie.
Well, yeah, but he didn't want to show up. He put his ego before the comics.
It should have been done already before the Rock was Black Adam. They messed it up the first time. Stop blaming the Rock.
They announced him as Black Adam before a Shazam movie came out.
He was trying to get Black Adam made for 15 years.
Yeah.
I
said Darius is busy bossing his underlings at his job around. Yeah, because on Twitter he put out that he's busy at work and he's a big shot now. He's a boss. So which happens. I know.
What you talking about, man?
Oh yeah. Oh man. And then he couldn't shoot that mofo. He didn't run in and go after anybody. Exactly that phone call. Yeah, I was talking about Dewey.
It's all of a sudden like, oh man, I gotta answer this.
That was so stupid. The killer reveals where the only weak part of Scream 6. Yeah, they really was, man. It was just a little like too plain. I don't know. But it was still my favorite Scream sequel.
I think they were out of answers, and it was just like, all right, let's just end this here.
Yeah. I saw somebody said it was very like Scream 2, where they're like, oh, we're all related, so therefore we all hate you. And I was like, I hate when they do that. Sick did that too. Like, oh, you killed our son, even though you kind of really did it, but you kind of did. It was Sick. Sick is still my least favorite movie of the year. Because I'm on Letterboxd. I'm on Letterboxd, and I've been rating every movie. I might not write a whole like breakdown, but at the very least, I'll link our videos, with it. But I've been ranking them, and I've been giving them stars. And sometimes the stars change. I think I gave this one 3, which I might not like 65.3, which I might not knock down to 2.5 now. But it's still better than
a half a star that. It was one leg.
Yeah. And then somebody's going to eat Michael Myers' remains, and then they all become the new Michael Myers. That happens in Old Man Logan in the comic book.
I was going to say that.
Hulk eats Wolverine beat by beat, and then he reforms inside Hulk's belly. They definitely going to do that.
It's happening.
But the motive was cool. It felt like it had done before. Yeah, it was done before, but it was a simple motive. It wasn't anything too crazy.
3 and 4. Well, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Champion was a good movie that came out this month. I do want to watch it because I've been hearing good things about it.
Yeah,
I've been hearing good things about it. It's Woody Harrelson. Woody Harrelson is good.
Yeah,
he doesn't miss. Who else was it? Cinevu. Cinevu did.
You said that, yeah.
Did Champions and Zack Attack.
Exactly.
So. Yep. All right. You guys ready to do this last one?
I think let's do the last one. Get out.
Knock it out quick.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Because I'd like to go out after this. So.
Already?
Nice.
Already?
Yes. I am going out tonight.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Well, St. Patty's Day starts in 30 minutes, so.
Yeah.
Waste no time.
Let's go knock this out real quick.
Like one out. All right. Welcome, Spoiler Kings. My name is St. Kramer with Brandman Brandon, Brian the Grizzly, and we are going to talk about the newest episode of Bel-Air. I believe it's episode 4 at this point, right?
Mhm.
Yep. This is episode.
Yes.
So, yeah, we got this is after the protests, all the fallout of the protests, and all that good stuff. So, what do you guys think about it, Brandon?
I was interested to see, the repercussions of the protests. I guess they weren't as harsh as I thought they would be, but that wasn't necessarily a bad thing.
This is exactly
I liked how. Say what?
This is exactly what I thought they were going to do.
Yeah. I liked. I really like where they're going with Carlton. I liked the scenes with him specifically. Really like how the friendship between him and Will is progressing, because of course last season they were pretty much always at each other's throats. So I like that they're progressing into something more of a positive and healthy relationship. I like oh man, the that last scene was just straight up scandalous. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I would like to know what you guys think, what you saw at the last scene, because I saw something totally different.
My mind kind of went through a multitude of potentials when it came to that, and I think they, of course, it'll be answered down the line. But I was like, oh, dang, I didn't think that was all that was going to pan out. But this show, like I've said in the past, just is really doing it for me in terms of.
Carlton had 3-6 Mafia energy in this episode.
Sure did. Carlton had those hands.
Oh, but yeah, he did.
Mm-hmm. It's drama's kind of a hit and miss genre for me. This is really doing it for me.
Okay.
But yeah, I was pretty happy with this episode. I probably, so far out of the 4 we have, I'd probably put it around. So far, it might even be my number 1 favorite of the 4 so far.
I see that.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
I gotta say, this is without anything. This is definitely my favorite episode I've had this entire season. I thought it was the one with the most complete story. It explained a lot of stuff. It opened what needed to be opened. It just was very well rounded, and it felt like the characters were being the characters they were supposed to be. So Will got suspended. He got kicked off the basketball team. He's a junior. He's trying to get all his college stuff out the way. We got everything we saw coming was there, but I enjoyed how they introduced Jackie, the way they did it. How she, she's a dancer. First of all, just so you know, my wife danced at Columbia. I'm always been attracted to dancers and basketball players. I want you to be athletic, and I think because they're unbelievable athletes. So that's what I always like. So of course, when I saw that, I was like, yeah, I'm with that. But I love Carlton. I've been waiting for this. Carlton telling everybody how it is, and him opening up and realizing that everyone deals with these things. Everyone deals with anxiety. Everyone deals with depression. And when you open up and tell people, it allows other people to open up to the things that they're fighting. And I was waiting for him to finally get there, and seeing that really made me happy for him, because in his own arc. I was waiting for this to happen, and he's going to become a leader in that school, and he's going to deserve it because of all he's went through. And I enjoyed seeing that this episode. And I was throw hands. He definitely threw hands. He was ready to go. He beat that dude up. He was beating him down. And you look at it, pulled you off, and he still looked like he was Incredible Hulking them. He was going to take the other 2 guys and Vegeta. Just get him up.
Well, the dude was like at least twice his size, if not like 3 times his size. That dude was a big dude.
He went down like a pack of potatoes, whatever.
Yeah.
Big, just.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed what they did, what Will did with Ashley. I enjoyed all the characters. I really enjoyed the little side thing we saw with Jazz and
Hillary.
That was really cool too. Because everyone you've met parents before and know how that just does not go well all the time, and you try to do too much, and it backfires. And then that uneasy look that they gave each other, the camera saw, but they didn't see each other give it to. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
it was just so well. And then even Jeffrey still having Uncle Phil's back. That was pretty cool. And then Phil, knowing he's probably right to not get involved in this dude, because Fred is not Fred. The coach is a problem. Doc is a problem, and still getting talked into about Viv. And he knew what was supposed to happen, and he still let Will do his own thing because he couldn't lose him.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to let your kids be themselves and grow up themselves and figure out what they're going to do themselves. And I thought all those things were just handled so well. And then at the end, you guys were talking about the whole thing with Jackie. I felt like it was Jackie likes Will, and that Doc was using her. She's not involved with that. I don't think she did anything to Will because of anything. I think Doc used her. He knew Will was going on and used her to get Will to come in. But I don't think she had anything to do with it. And I think Will's going to find out. And literally, Uncle Phil saved Will's butt by changing that contract. And that's so awesome. And seeing just all those things just were so key to the elements of make them who they are. And me seeing it just really made me happy. So I enjoyed this episode the most.
Yeah. No, I'm right there with you guys. This was definitely the best episode of the season so far. Because the first season was just like a prelude. It closed the last season, started this season. Then that episode, the next episode 2, kind of set things up. Episode 3 was just like its own little world kind of thing. And then this one is like back on track, back on all these issues and stuff like that. And again, they're like it leads you down like what's gonna happen next. Because at the beginning of the episode, Will's pissed off, like I can't believe they did that. And then what did Phil say? He goes, "When are you gonna stop blaming other people for your decisions?"
Yep.
What happens at the end of the episode? It's your decision that you want to be involved with this guy. I told you no. I've been telling you no, but you think I'm the bad guy, like Phil. So again, something bad's gonna happen. And then Will's gonna get bitch and moan, and then like he's gonna have to run back to Phil, and Phil's be like, "What'd I tell you? Like, you have to stop blaming other people, man. It's not your fault you got sucked in. I told you not to get sucked in, but I trusted you because you're a man at this point, man. You're like almost 17.
Almost 17. He's a junior, so he's probably 16, just about to turn 17.
Yeah, 16, somewhere around there. So I was like, you need to learn these kind of things. Granted, I think Phil was definitely obviously against his better judgment, but it was kind of 2-on-1 at that point. It's your nephew who you love very much like a son, and your wife, because even I think your wife was tired of seeing him moping around the house, and he's like, "You need to get the F out of here." I don't care where, which kind of sucks because you helped push Will into a spot he shouldn't have been. What I mean? And I think, especially Viv going down there and talking to Doc.
Doing that right behind his back. Yeah, that was so
granted, I think Phil over-exaggerated a little much, but I get why he got mad. What I mean? But he obviously went a little overboard with the emotion of it all. And he apologized. Like the next scene was him apologizing, which was good. I really appreciated that. But yeah, he was pissed. He goes, "Listen, man, I know I've seen people like this. I deal with people like this. I'm a lawyer. Is what I do. These guys are crooks. Or a person like him, is a crook. Not every coach, but people like him. So, and like you said, I think the contracting is going to play into a role because he did change it, but it was just penned off into the margin on the side. So I wonder if they're gonna.
No, it's okay because once you
edit
when you sign contracts. And they do that. It's but legally binding, so
it's still binding. Yeah. But I wonder, would he mess with? Because he's not a straight and arrow kind of guy. I mean, I wonder if he'll like reprint that page or some shit. It's like, see, there's nothing there.
If Phil didn't know the he'll be the dumb one.
That's true. That's true.
He's a lawyer, and you should know to take a copy of it. So
So, but yeah. I mean, it was a super fun episode. I really enjoyed it. But the jazz thing was kind of interesting because like I thought that was kind of funny where meeting the parents, but it's also like very telling where Jazz is like, "I'm me, and I'm gonna be me no matter what, and you either accept it or you don't. Where Hillary was always put in this world, because the same thing was like it directly connects with Carlton's thing. You know, he had the big thing at the end. He goes, I'm trying to fit in this Bel-Air bubble. Well, that's what she was used to doing. She's used to like, oh, I'm going to be around this group of people. All right. So therefore I'm going to be like these people so I can fit in. So now she's doing this is like, and Jazz is like, this ain't you, but you got to realize it kind of is a little bit, where she learns to become part of that group that she needs to be. So, but that's just how she is. So it's that's gonna be a whole interesting kind of thing. But she did go overboard with it, which is funny, because that first thing he's like, they're like, good job, you know, she's a good one, you know, and then at the end he's like, oh, you know, would he call her a Muslim Wikipedia or something like that? It's like, you're just throwing out stats and stuff. It's like, you have no idea what you're saying. You're just saying it. But yeah, well, it said, so Tony said, Will has to realize that Uncle Phil won't be around forever to hold his hand. Yeah, and I it's gonna happen soon. It's gonna happen soon because it's setting it up. It's setting up. But the one thing I did, like, they finally talked about the consequences of the protests. But after the protest, I was like, you should have talked about this before the protest. So yeah, at least they finally got to it. But yeah, super fun episode, man. I thought it was good. It's definitely back on track from the last episode. Again, everyone has their own little part of the episode, and it doesn't get in the way of other people either, which I like. You know, like that Hillary part didn't take away from Carlton's part and stuff like that. So, but definitely Carlton was for me the most interesting, because I didn't know where they were going to go with it. Like, he could have easily gone back to old school Carlton, where you know, he's like, this I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, or he's gonna go further down, you know, the whole that Will started taking him down. But
yeah, they're advancing the character or and developing him in a very good and forward way, which I really enjoy. I like the individual character subplots. It's doing a great job with that, and it all feels very balanced. Which I love. Ensemble shows like that with a multitude of characters. You got to do that. You know, it almost takes like almost like a soap opera approach with, you know, like each character getting like individual shine and exposure, but you know, it's just working very, very well for me. I'm loving the fact that I can't even comfortably compare it to the original, or even like put it next to the original, because it's very much doing its own thing. It's very much its own animal. You know, I almost, you know, this is it's very much standing on its own, which I think is great.
Which kind of goes to what Tony said. Tony said, I feel like you have to be a Fresh Prince fanboy if you hate this show. Yeah, if you're like a super diehard, like, no, that is Will Smith, is that Fresh Prince. You know, it's like, this is different, but it's good. It's a good different.
And even if you are a diehard Fresh Prince fanboy, you kind of need to lower those nostalgia glasses in this case, because it's not even trying to be a carbon copy, which is the best thing for it. It's not even trying to imitate what came before it. It's just doing its own thing. So I can't even comfortably compare this to the original Fresh Prince, because it's not, and it's not trying to be the original Fresh Prince.
And that's the best part, that they're not trying to be.
That's the best thing about it.
It's just being who it is being itself, and going from there. Like, we're just gonna be this, and I'm not trying to be anything that I'm not. And I enjoy what they're doing, and they're being realistic. This is what AAU is. This is what AAU coaches do. They take part of their money in all perpetuity, which means for as long as they're playing the game, they will get paid off of what that player makes. And most of those players only make, you know, as you said, $70,000-$80,000. So it's only a couple $1,000s, whatever. But all it takes is one guy to make it to the NBA, and he gets 10% of what he makes for the rest of his life on basketball. And that's the contracts that they're signing at 16 and 17 years old. Yeah. And believe me, we'll find out about this whole thing. I believe Jackie's going to tell him.
Yeah.
She's going to be the one to tell him, because she's going to really fall for Will real, really hard.
Well, I think it's gonna slip rather than her telling. I think she's like, "Oh, see, and I didn't have to trick you this time," or something silly like that. Along those lines. She's like, "Wait, what?"
I don't think she tricked him. I honestly believe that she really fell for him, and that he's just he's using her, and that she's going to say, like, I really care about you. I need to get out of this situation with my uncle. And he said, what situation? Well, he's trying to use me, and she's going to be totally upfront, and he's going in during the game, even though Will's like the star athlete, and he's going to be like, I can't trust you, and he's going to walk off again. And that's going to put his basketball career in even more jeopardy, but he's doing it because he believes in something and because he thinks he's fallen in love with Lisa. So I think that's where we're going. He's going, not say Lisa, with Jackie. He's falling in love with Jackie. And then Lisa is going to be thrown into this whole thing because what's happening with her and Carlton again? Because once again, she's there for to have his back, but he's standing up as a man instead of being that little boy crying on her shoulder. So what happens with that? Yeah. And he threw those hands on that dude and beat his ass. So it's just that's going to be a good thing. And then when Will, he eventually is going to push away Jackie because of what happened. Does he get upset that Carlton's not back with Lisa? All of this stuff is going to come to a head, and I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, that's going to be an ongoing love triangle. I feel the Lisa, Carlton, and Will kind of thing. Which it's not overplayed yet, but if they keep it going for like multiple seasons, then it might get a little like tiresome. Like you need to figure that out.
I wouldn't be surprised if Carlton falls back in love with Lisa, but Lisa still pushes Carlton away because she really only has feelings for Will.
For Will,
yeah.
Nice little little triangle there. But I think so. I was really curious. I was like, he deleted what's her name, Yasmin's phone number. I was like, did he do that because he doesn't want her as a distraction anymore? Because he's like, oh, I don't like her anymore. I still like Lisa. Like that kind of attitude. Or
I don't think we know until the next episode. But I think it was more about he had to open up that much to her, and maybe she's not the one for him. But I also thought that what we're going to see if the episode kept on going is that she's going to call him. She's going to go outside of her comfort zone and call him. Now, what does he decide to do? So,
but it was a good episode, man. That ending though, when Phil walks out of that locker room and he sees that was it
grit,
no whatever, no greatness.
Yeah.
He saw that, and I'm like, oh, and that's when like the gear started going. He's like, damn. He's already in Will's head, and it got me tricked. So I was like, so ultimately Doc tricked me through Will. Oh my, he's like, fuck, and
he's gonna tell Viv, and the only thing he can do is let him go through it and have his back. My question is, will Jeffrey still be there at that time? And what is Jeffrey doing on the side? And hopefully we find out that Jeffrey's actually thought about what he was going to do and is making a better plan. He's actually doing more than what we think. He's not just being that idiot trying to find his son. He's doing more. Maybe he's trying to provide for him. Maybe trying to give him opportunity to do more. And we find out that he is back to being who we expect him to be too. So
yeah, he started to a little bit in this episode. Where he told Phil, he goes, "Hey, that dude has some extra off the clock meetings." So he's starting to get back into that like secret agent fucking guy. Which I like. But
he's
not enough, man.
Still hiding a lot of secrets, and that's the problem. They know each other well enough, and they're seeing all those secrets are going to eventually hurt.
Yeah. So you click that one. So Tony says, I feel Yasmin will try her hardest to get back into Carlton's good graces. I think so. I think
I
think she does like him, but
I think he's gonna push her away and say, I have to be something that I'm not in order for you to like me. And you didn't give me the opportunity when I tried to come to you, talk to you about it. So right now, I think we're just better at friends. And you use that thing. We're just better at friends.
Yeah. I definitely see that. But this one got me. Doc gives me Suge Knight energy.
He's like a little mini. He's like a pocket size Suge Knight.
I could see that.
He's gonna be holding Will Smith by the ankles, or another basketball player, like some 5-year-old.
He won't be able to do that. He had to be on a ladder to do that.
That's why I say you get like a little league player, a 7 or 8-year-old. You're small enough where I could pick on you. I don't know. Anything else, guys?
No, I thought it was a good episode. Yeah. I can't wait to see where we go from here.
Yeah, good episode. That the last minute or so, last 30 seconds, I was like, whoa. So really curious to see how that develops moving forward.
Yeah. This show is best with their little the ending montage that they do. They kind of go to everyone's little story, and it's like you're like, oh, ooh, that's what it does best. That's how you know it was a good episode. Why the last episode was a little lackluster because of that. But I think we're getting all the payoffs of that decision now, which is cool. Said I will own Will.
I own you, Will.
I'm your uncle now.
I got the juice now, Will.
Yeah. It's just kind of annoying that, and eventually I think it's gonna happen, because it even happened in the original show where Will Smith was kind of looking for that father figure. Meanwhile, Phil was there the whole time, but he never saw Phil as the father figure, really, but until eventually Phil's gonna have to do something, kind of like what the old school Uncle Phil kind of did, really assert his dominance. I mean, granted, everyone was, James Avery was just a nice teddy bear, but damn, man, he can scare the piss out of you.
That dude's
But
I feel like what's going to happen is Will's going to see and realize all the stuff that Uncle Phil has done for him. So his senior year, he's going to be trying to do things to impress Uncle Phil, even though Uncle Phil's kind of turned off all the stuff he did. And he tells him, dude, don't you see? Oh, I'm doing all these things just to impress you. I'm only doing it for you, Uncle Phil. And, and that changes him, and he softens him a little bit more. So I think that's going to happen. And I hope it does. And I can't wait to see.
Yeah. I think Doc might be that catalyst by the end of the season. Phil's got to stand up for Will, as a father, and then do it, because he couldn't do it with Will's real father. He couldn't come in and do that. He kind of got blamed for that situation, but I think here he's gonna be like, no, you leave my quote unquote son alone type of situation. And I don't think he's gonna fight. Although
I think he might fight him
after seeing what Carlton did. You're like, does the apple fall from the tree kind of thing? So yeah.
But the truth is, I don't think alphas fight. They fight with their mind. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
That's true, too. He's a smart guy. So
cerebral dude. He's gonna be like, hey, Jeffrey. Hey, Jeffrey.
Yeah, I'm gonna rob you. I'm gonna rob you.
It's gonna be like a gun.
Well, see, that's why they're such a good combo, because Phil can I'm a lawyer, so I'm gonna mess you up financially, and then when you're not looking, he's gonna mess you up physically. And then that's it. Yep. Exactly. But anything else? Get out of here.
No, I just want to hear what other people think about the episode. This is an interesting thing. I'm glad it's finally evolving better, and just want to hear what people think.
Yep. So let us know. Leave a comment, and let's chit chat in the comments a little bit. If you're watching on replay, if you're watching live, that's it. We're done after this one. So thanks for everyone hanging out in chat. Tony, Toxic Gamer, all the other guys for all the other shows and stuff like that. Appreciate it. But make sure you hit that subscribe button. Join us live every Monday and Thursday talking about TVs and movies. And hit that like button on this video so we know that you like the video. And hit that subscribe button. We're on our way to 1,000. Come join us in chat. That is it from us, guys. We appreciate everyone hanging out with us live. But we are out of here. Thank you, guys. And we'll see you guys on Monday.
Thank you.
Later. I lost the outro. My bad. There we go.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We out here.